something that George initially set out to do as a kind of 3-act saga with these 3 trilogies. And I think we felt that we should honor and respect that.
Liar! Liar! Liar!
I think that the thing that George never did was maintain the status quo. And I think that that's really important because...
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you!
Is this guy? How did the most optimistic, hopeful character in the galaxy turn into this hermit who says it's time for the Jedi to end? I read that and I said, what? I mean, that's not what a Jedi does. I mean, a Jedi is optimistic. A Jedi has tenacity. He never gives up. He doesn't secrete himself on an island, but you'll...
He did. He wrote the script, which I'm sure a lot of people don't necessarily realize.
You just want to say, fuck you. Oh, fuck you, fuck you. Fuck you, fuck you. Fuck, 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 fuck.
What's up, everyone? It's Wednesday.
It is.
We're only a little bit late today.
Just a little, just, within our regular window of lateness, I'd say.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever in the world you are. It is the Matriarchy, episode 13.
That's crazy.
Hopefully nothing goes wrong.
No, you jinxed it. Everything's going to be terrible.
Knock on wood, knock on wood.
We have a gigantic earthquake, and it's just going to knock out all the power.
Did you feel the earthquake the other day?
Yeah, I was awake. I'm awake at 4 a.m. sometimes. It woke Jeff up, actually, and freaked the cats out. So.
It wasn't, it was in the middle of the day.
Oh, the middle of the day one? No, I felt the middle of the night one. When was the middle of the day one?
It was either yesterday or the day before yesterday, but I was in here and I was editing a video, and then Peaches came out, and I thought like a cat or something jumped on the roof because the roof shook, and I was like, what a fat ass fucking cat. And then Peaches ran in and he's like, did you feel the earthquake? And I was like, oh, I thought that was a cat.
That's great. If it was Monday, we were still in Joshua Tree, so we might not have felt it all the way out there.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. Because I definitely didn't. And I mean, we also didn't get back. It was yesterday morning, or we didn't get back until later in the day. So like midway through the afternoon. So I don't know.
Maybe it was either Monday or Sunday, but I'll have to ask Peaches.
Yeah, we were in Joshua Tree, so maybe we didn't feel it.
On your little anniversary trip. How cute. How gross.
I got this shirt. And we took some pictures, and Jeff has all the really good ones because he took all. I was saying you have all the good pictures from Joshua. Excuse me, from the park because you have all the rocks. I just have the stuff from our place and the few when we got out. So
how come? Remember, it was last year. Maybe it was around the time of the fires, but when they closed all the parks, and then they told all of the park rangers and all the people that take care of it, like they basically had them have a leave of absence.
Oh, it was the government shutdown. Yeah, it was during the government shutdown. They
okay. I was like, what was that for?
Funding, so they had to close them down.
Why was it shut down again? I don't remember.
Because the Congress failed to pass a spending bill. However, they basically need to approve, authorize the, federal money, federal spending and stuff like that. And every now and then we hit these big ones where something is coming due, some big big program they need to either reapprove funding for, or they're going to stop funding for this or that and the other. And those create the sticking points basically, because if it's effectively, if it's a program that the other side really wants to keep, whichever side, say the Democrats really want to keep a program, the Republicans use that as leverage basically to
and my eyes are going over because you're talking about politics.
is the inner workings of the government, but effectively both sides try to use what the other one wants as leverage, and if they can't come to an agreement, plus also at the end of the day the president needs to sign off on it. So let's say the Senate and the House and the Republicans and the Democrats all kind of agree on something, but it doesn't have certain provisions in it that the president really wants. He can just veto it. So it's like it's a multi-level, because basically the House has to approve it, the Senate has to approve it, and the president has to approve it. It's a multi-level thing. And sometimes that many people just don't get along enough, and the government shuts down. And there's no money anymore.
Okay, so that's what it was, because I remember But I remember all those pictures going around on Facebook of people like going and destroying the Joshua trees. Did you see any of that?
I saw that. I heard about a lot of that, and apparently, actually, that's happening again because with the virus. First of all, a lot of the parks are understaffed because they're trying to keep people home as much as possible. Plus, people who don't usually go to parks now are going because it's one of the only places they can go. And the thing is, when you go to a national park, most people traditionally who go. Now, there's certain exceptions, like Yosemite Valley always gets really packed with a lot of tourists and stuff like that. The big sites you see. But a lot of times, people who go to a national park or go out of their way, because most of them are off the beaten path to an extent. Most people who go out of their way to go to a national park care about nature. They care about the land. They care about preserving it. And now what you have is because people just regular, people who don't really care about it are going. They're like, yeah, let me just graffiti some rocks. Who cares? And then. You have other people who just don't understand, like, if you're in an area that says stay on the trail, it's not just because they don't want you to get lost. It's not to protect you, it's to protect nature. Because like I'm
one of those terrible people that if I see a sign that specifically tells me don't, like, you must stay on the trail, I'm like, I'm gonna walk on the right next to the trail.
I mean, that's whatever, but like the ones that, like, there's certain ones people don't realize it. Like when I was in the Brooklyn Pine Forest last year, or when we were just in Sequoia. Sequoias are massive, amazing, beautiful trees, but they actually have a very shallow root system. And a couple years ago, they closed for a long period. They closed the Mariposa Grove, which is a really old grove of sycamores up in Yosemite.
Oh, you've been to Mariposa?
I've been yes, I've been.
That's where I took my driving test to get my license.
No shit. Yeah, I've been through Mariposa County. Yeah, that's neat. Because that's not that far away from where you grew up, is it?
Well, it's like an hour north, or it's about an hour drive. But the reason why I went there is because nobody wants to take their driving test in the mountains, and it was the only one. So get
it scheduled really quickly, I guess. Yeah,
I could get it scheduled within the time. So basically, you know how you have to do the driver's ed, and you have to go 3 times, and then give you a little paper. Yeah. So I had done the amount of driving that I was supposed to for like my permit to be able to take the test, but I just didn't do that third one because they were booked. But then the lady had told me, she's like, oh no, as long as you have shown that you did the driver's ed and that you've done all the hours, then you should be fine. So I had my appointment scheduled and they're like, no, you can't because you don't have that paper. And I was pissed. And the only one that I could get an appointment at was Mariposa. Nice. And I'm like, well, I've driven in San Francisco. I've driven from California to Boise, Idaho. I've driven, I might as well drive in the damn mountains. And and I did. But yeah, I went to Mariposa all the time when I was a kid.
Cool.
But
that's really neat. Like, have you been to Yosemite? Have you been to the park and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, I've been there a ton of times. I've done Half Dome.
Because I mean, you've done Half Dome?
Mm-hmm.
I'm so jealous. I want to do Half Dome so bad. Was it scary?
No, I'm not afraid of heights, though.
Nice, awesome.
I was little though. I was really young.
That's awesome.
The energy.
I really, really want to go do that. But yeah, that's awesome. I mean, like you say, like, an hour away, but still, that's way closer than most people get to live to Yosemite.
Yeah,
that's awesome. If I grew up that close to a park, that would have been amazing. We used to go up to Acadia in Maine every year.
6th grade camp? Do they have 6th grade camp when you were a kid?
No.
Now in California, okay, everyone's saying F. Some people are saying that they're having problems. Other people are saying no. So I'm not going. Maybe refresh your routers for the people that there's not a problem or there is a problem. Because I see other people saying it's fine. Yeah. But no. So in California, we have things that I guess are specific to California, which is we learn about the missions. And we have to build it in like 3rd grade. So there was like a priest that came and he made a mission in every like town kind of thing. Wow. Every big town along the coast of California, and then it stops in San Francisco or right outside of San Francisco because he died. So we all had to learn about that in like 3rd grade, and then in 6th grade we do 6th grade camp, and we go to Yosemite, or depending on where you are located in California, you go to the closest like state park.
That's awesome.
And so I did. You have to pass a physical test where like the PE instructor says like, oh yeah, you're okay to go do the Half Dome trail. And so I did. So I think I've done the Half Dome twice because I remember doing it with my family by like just us.
That's awesome. That's so cool that you guys got to go do that. We did like in 5th grade, we did like a high ropes course for a day, at some camp place. stuff like that. That's oh.
What happened?
No, I just saw. I saw a text from the property manager. I think it's a group. It's a group. That must be a group text. But there's a typo in it too. Dear tenant, I need to shit down the laundry room. I don't think she's gonna go shit in the laundry room, but apparently our laundry is we have an issue with. We're having an electrical issue in our laundry room. Apparently. I always check because I'm like, what happened? Is there like water leaking from my apartment or anything? That's happened before. I was on a trip. I was in freaking, I don't know, another state somewhere, and I was on the East Coast time. So it was like 11 o'clock here, but 2 in the morning. I get a call from my property manager saying my apartment's flooding. I'm like, crap. So they had turned the water off, and when they turned it back on, I guess a pipe must have burst in my sink.
Oh,
and so
shit.
we also had issues like when it repressurizes. Sometimes my sink will just turn on when the water comes back on. And yeah, so my friend had to come and take the cat because they had to put it set up like industrial fans to dry it out and all that. So my friend had to come at 2 in the morning to take the cats over and stuff like that. Fortunately, it was only two of them at the time, not all 4 of them. But it was a nightmare. Yeah, it was crazy. So every time I see any text or call from my property manager, I'm like, oh, gotta pay attention. So, yeah.
Oh my goodness. Let's see. Oh yeah, they're saying that's a really big typo. Yeah, that's a little bit of a big typo. And I see YouTube is messing up. Yeah, right before we went live, I was like, it says that Mahler is live, and I looked on his channel, and I'm like, he's not live. It doesn't show up on his channel, or even like when you go click on videos. So I'm like, that's weird. It's tweaking out, but. It's YouTube. What do you expect? Let me read a couple of these super chats. Greg Kirby, thank you for the super chat. Hello, Anna and Jessi. Hello.
Hi, Greg Kirby. We love you.
Mighty Hellhound. I don't know what's with these weird super chats, but I'm just. I mean, thanks for the money, but I'm not going to do this. I still wish I could hear Anna fart loudly. That's weird. But thank you for the $2.
I wonder if that's the same person who's obsessed with me, like keeps asking me if I shart when I do my videos. I'm like, that's weird. Like, no.
Thanks for the $2. And then Drunk 3PL, thank you for the super chat. Also, guys, Drunk and I usually do a show later on tonight on Wednesdays where we watch Star Trek. He's actually still out of town, so it's going to be postponed until next week. So just so everyone knows, there's no Star Trek stream tonight. So go check out Jessi's drinking stream instead.
That's tomorrow night. Thursdays are drinking stream.
Okay, don't you usually do a stream on Wednesday or no?
Not usually. No, Wednesday is just the night we usually do. Well, if we have a drunk watch, we'll do our drunk watch on Wednesday. But we don't have one planned for now because Jeff is doing one. If you need to watch some people get hammered, Jeff is doing Beverly Hills Cop 1 and 2 with the channel and with Midnight's Edge After Dark this Saturday. It's going to be 1 o'clock Eastern, or 1 o'clock Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. And yes, I will probably be there, but I will probably not be drinking. So
gotcha. Let's see what Drunk says. Hey, Anna. Hey, Jessi. Just saying hey. Did the bear come in? Yes, it did. I have let me get it.
What's up, Drunk?
I'm assuming this is the bear. I'm assuming it is because it came directly to my house, and Peaches was like, people know where we live now. It was like, it came direct, and I was like, I looked at the name. I was like, oh no, that's Drunk 3PO. He's like, what did he send you? I'm like, that bear. And he's like, he got you the bear plush. And he's like, Anna, you have too many stuffed animals. And I'm like, I know.
There's no such thing.
I want to do, I think I'm going to do this maybe this weekend where I get all of my stuffed animals and I explain, I'm like, this is my stuffed animal that I got on this day at this time at this store for this much money. Because I'm one of those weirdos. I know all of that. Like, do you ever have a T-shirt or like something that you bought and you know exactly where you were and how much you paid for it?
Yeah, kind of. Not so much on but
all of my stuff. I know except for art supplies because that's like, you know, you use it and then you have to buy a new one. But I'm like, I know exactly where I was when I bought this T-shirt.
That's.
I know exactly how much I paid for it. This is one of the few things that I bought that wasn't on sale. I'm super cheap when it comes to that.
I like saving money too. You can't really. There's nothing really. Ain't nothing wrong with saving some money.
Ooh,
sorry.
And feedback, but we are actually. few topics because Jessi and I tend, since we've been rambling on for like 15 minutes now, the nice intro there. National Forest, that was actually a good one for us. Let's see, but I have a funny thing to talk about, a serious thing to talk about, and then potentially a funny/serious thing to talk about. So we try to keep these streams about 2 hours, a little bit maybe over 2 hours. Just so it's easy to like rewatchability and stuff like that, and it keeps you wanting more. So this I found on Twitter, and I thought it was absolutely bizarre, and it's not going to burn our eyes like Raylo stuff is. So let's. It's called Ugly Wedding Dresses. Are you ready?
So ready.
Okay, ugly wedding dresses you must see. So this is balloons.
Oh God, why?
Let me actually like zoom out a little bit.
That would be so sweaty. That would just be,
so
I would just be so uncomfortable. And then what if it pops?
Yeah.
Like aesthetically, it looks cool, right? Like aesthetically, it looks cool, but like to put on and take a picture and then take immediately off again, you know? I don't know. You have to build it around her too. There's no way to get, unless you somehow manage to attach a fabric zipper to the back.
I don't think so. So that's one. Here we go. Walk on the Dark Side. So this is like a fashion show one. So I'm like, this doesn't count. No, this one is a little bizarre. It's hair. It's fucking hair.
What? Who?
Like,
is it like hers?
I don't know. This is a custom wedding dress that doesn't look as bad as it sounds when you learn that it's made from human hair. 250 meters of real human hair. Can you imagine how long it took to sew this, and who volunteered the hair? Is there a bunch of bald bridesmaids lurking somewhere? So this is real human hair.
I wonder if that was her thing. It was just that, like, over several years, she just like dyed her hair different colors and cut it and saved it specifically for this dress. That I think is less gross than the idea that it's other people's hair. Like it's still gross, but like if you're gonna wear a dress made out of human hair, it might as well be your own. You know? Like,
I don't think there's any way that this is her own hair, because this is like minimum like 40 years worth of hair, maybe just for this
true. It's a long ass time. I just also like I mean, people need hair for wigs and shit. If you're gonna get like, it just seems really selfish to be like, you know what? All this hair, you could have made like, I don't even know how many wigs for, people with cancer, and instead you made a fucking wedding dress. Like, I don't know.
So this is a diaper dress.
Oh my God.
So EVS could use some of that hair. Yeah, he is kind of going bald. So, I feel like this is for an ad, not for an actual wedding.
Who would do this? Stuff like this is so gimmicky. It's like when Lady Gaga wore the meat dress. It's like, I get the how. I'm just scratching my head as to the why.
So this is real.
Okay. So you just took a silk sheet and cut out a hole for your baby bump.
Yeah.
That's one that you're going to look back on later. Like, your kids are never going to want to see your wedding pictures because it's just weird.
Yeah.
It's just,
like
uncomfortable.
Their parents at the wedding, like, did nobody tell? This is my biggest thing. Nobody told her, hey, this isn't very classy. This might not be a good idea.
Right? I mean, it's one thing, too, if you really wanted the whole exposed baby belly look. First of all, I would have put, like, something sheer over it, like, just like sheer white, got, like, some gossamer white, at least, or, to match the dress, and tailor the damn. It literally looks like she wrapped a sheet around herself, Have it tailored, cinch at the waist, show off your figure, and then pop out the baby. Okay, that's fine, but, like, if that's what you're into, I always think it's weird when everyone's like, my baby bump. Like, it's whatever. Every woman can do that except for the few who can't. So it just says no. Oh, God.
This is the puffer fish bride.
Oh, God. I just want to know what the people were thinking.
I'm just like, who thinks that this looks good?
That's
let's see. So this one, these are apple mice, the little mouse for a computer. I don't get it, but this is like one of those weird runway things. I feel like so far that's the best one we've seen. It's absolutely terrible, but oh my goodness.
Honestly, if you took the vest off and then did some actual tooling on the dress, it wouldn't be terrible. I kind of like the off-white look and the, the tapered train and all that. And, like, the rest of it's fine. Why would you ruin it? I don't understand how really these high fashion ideas. Where is this crazy echo coming from?
I don't know.
Streamers are usually really good about this, but I will grab headphones if it's going to be an issue. If this is going to keep happening. But yeah, like it's usually. Oh, there we go. That's weird. I just don't get this whole high fashion idea. Like I don't know. It's like this inner circle jerk kind of thing, It's like the way we see Hollywood recycling the same ideas and all this, acting like patting each other on the back and saying, "Oh, you're so great and you're so this." That's what happens in high fashion. Like, well, hear me out. What if we made this really cool wedding dress and added a vest full of apple mice? Like, no,
it's absolutely bizarre. You ready for the next one? Reality TV wedding.
Oh God,
this was the Honey Boo Boo and the mom.
Oh my God,
remember this? I remember when this was
Honey Boo Boo. I didn't follow any of that shit. Oh my God.
Honey Boo Boo is one of like the little girls that does those like kid
I remember. She was obnoxious.
And then the mom lost like a ton of weight, but still a camo wedding dress.
That's like the one thing that is like at least it's consistent, at least they went with that like the hunter orange, on the trim and the under what blank what you call that part. The skirt, I guess. But like I mean it's very redneck. Is that her? Is that the groom behind her with the orange hunting colored vest and the camel pants? Oh my God.
Oh, I don't know if this is the husband or the
bridesmaid or something.
I don't know, but all I know is like
the groomsman will be a groomsman though. But
again, this is why I'm like, is there nobody there to tell him, hey, that doesn't look very good,
Right. I mean, it's reality TV. I guess you got to lean into the gimmick and whatnot. I'm sure they got all this shit for free, sponsored by Bass Pro Shop or something.
So this is a tentacle wedding dress. Again, this is high fashion runway, but I'm still like, why?
Well, the thing is, when they do runway wedding dresses, they're usually doing it to try to sell them, to try to sell the brand, even if it's not going to be that specific one, to be like, this is what we can do. Come have us customize your next wedding dress, And it's like, what's the selling point here? I'm really into tentacle porn. Like, my husband's fantasy is for me to be a squid monster. Like, okay.
Hello Kitty ones.
That's cute. Like, I mean, that's
not for getting married, but it's like if you want to do like a special event or something. I
don't know if Jeff's mom ever got remarried, she might wear one of those. She loves Hello Kitty. Let me ask.
Oh, really?
If your mom ever got remarried, do you think she'd wear a Hello Kitty wedding dress?
Maybe.
Because we're looking at these two. They're cute. They're like very princessy. One's pink and one's like very pale blue, but they all have like Hello Kitty and shit on it.
She would. I mean,
I think she totally would.
She never had a wedding dress. So.
Oh, there you go. So I think she'd wear that.
I don't know. If I saw somebody walking down the street and on one of these, I'd be like, all right, either you really like Hello Kitty or you're fucking insane.
Yeah, right. It's one of the two.
So this is another one that I'm like, oh my.
What? Like, here's the thing. If you don't have money for a dress, like this is just so purposely like, look at us, we didn't have money for this. Like, there are so many other ways, and there's so much written about it. I mean, wedding on a budget. Like, you can read books and magazines and countless articles about how to do everything from the cake to the wedding dress to the this on a budget and make it look really nice. To me, this is just laziness. It's like y'all just don't want to put the effort in, That's
I'd rather it be like, because I'm like, I want to give them the benefit of the doubt and think, oh, maybe some shit went wrong and they're like, all right, let's just fucking do this. Like, maybe she got a big stain on her dress and this is the only way to cover it. And it's like, you know what? Fuck it. We're poor anyway. We're just going to have a good time with our friends.
Yeah.
I hope that was the case as compared to this actually looks good. We're going out of our way to do this.
Right. Like, Maybe maybe you wanted to make a joke about it. Maybe you want to be like, "Oh, this is our ghetto wedding" or whatever. Like, that's.
So this is body paint.
Oh, God.
Oh my goodness. So this one this is where I stopped because I was like, no. Fuck no. So it's like you can see where his undies are. They didn't even bother to paint the stripe up to where his undies are.
Oh God.
And then like you can see hers, and then it's like around. I'm like, this doesn't look good.
Your
this
family
is
is coming to this. Like, if you want to do this for this is the kind of thing. Like, if you felt like doing this for like a pre-wedding or post-wedding photo shoot, you're like, hey, would it be fun if we did like these body paint dresses and did that as a photo shoot? Great. But you were gonna spend your entire effing day, covered in paint. Like, is it going to come off on the upholstery when you sit down? Is it going to rub off at any point? Like, I know that you can get really good quality. It'll stay on pretty well, but like, you're going to dance with the t-shirts. What? It is worse than the t-shirts. And your whole family's, I don't think grandma wants to see your bare ass like that, I mean, I get she's wearing underwear and stuff, but like,
like exactly. What if it smears? And then, what the fuck happens if it's like, okay, your legs just walking right next to one another. Like, her legs are very close together in here because it's trying to give the illusion.
Exactly.
That's going to smudge off. I mean, I went to LA Comic-Con and I was painted pink, and it was just like my arms, my neck, and my face. And my arms like smudged from like holding stuff or like brushing up against my dress,
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
No, absolutely. Someone asked in the chat, is Anna going to promote Jessi's song? That is totally up to Anna. But if she wants, at the end of the stream, if you want me to share the video, I'd be happy to do it.
Of course.
Certainly drop in the link. But yeah.
So this is the bird wedding.
What is that made of?
I don't know.
I mean, she looks like an angel made of toilet paper.
It's just, I'm just going to say, I think that there's a lot of drugs involved in whatever it is they're doing.
What?
So this is, it says insert disc. So
yeah.
Take out whatever the fuck this thing is. It could be okay.
Yeah, it could totally be fine, but why? Okay, I actually kind of like this one. I think
this, if it was done better, it could be better.
Cool. Exactly. No. The artwork on it is very shoddy. If I would want the bottom at least to be in gold. I'd want maybe like some gems sewed over the red.
If it was like sequins or like some kind of pretty kind of like beadwork, it could be better.
And some lame, shiny lame material underneath, stuff like that. If it was done well, yeah, I'd be all over this dress. But I'm with you. It's just like it looks like someone took a stencil and spray painted on here.
Yeah. So this is a bit different. But I feel like this is something you would see in Vegas. But again, it's like, okay, if you're really drunk enough, mommy and daddy and grandma and grandpa aren't going to be there. So people are saying that's hot, tacky. This is like a Vegas wedding dress.
Yeah.
Or like a porn star dress.
This is very, but also very like, we went to Vegas with our friends and shit. We're going to have a more, a nicer reception for the family later. We're going to do our destination wedding with our, handful of guests and shit. But yeah, again, I ain't hugging grandma on that. Not that my boobs actually can do that, but Oh God. Why is she wearing a lampshade on her shoulders?
I wanted to know why she's wearing a lampshade, why she has a swimmer's cap on. Just
I want to know a lot.
What this thing is. I don't know. I really don't know. It's kind of bizarre. But again, this is one of those fashion show things.
Is that her leg showing through the front? Because if that's her leg with like an over boot on it, I fuck with those boots. But the rest of it, it looks like she's trying to like channel none. Like I want to look as celibate and holy as possible on the day that everyone knows I'm gonna bang later. What the fuck?
So this is out of candy. That would be made from 20 pounds of cream puffs, and we're certainly wondering whether the bride will end up naked after the guests eat their way through her dress. Yeah, I feel like this was a statement piece.
Is she marrying the chef?
I hope so. I actually hope so.
And he just walking down the aisle in his fucking chef gear. That'd be hilarious.
That would be really funny.
That would be funny. I wore chef clothes. You wore my pastries. Like that's
There you go. So that's a little bit okay. I'll give them a pass on that one. It's so weird. So this is a Russian doll look.
What?
And it's knitted.
She looks like George Washington.
Oh my goodness. It's I feel like this is gonna be a really bad horror movie, or like one of those black and white old school like B movie horror movies.
Right.
And she like slept in this and then she got murdered and she all of a sudden becomes like a ghost or a zombie that haunts you.
Exactly. Or like you pop open the doll and there's like 1,000 little spawnlings of evil inside or something. In addition to being hideous, that dress also looks incredibly heavy and hot. I mean, if it's knit and all that shit. Ooh.
Maybe it's cold. So this is the roses.
Wow.
I don't think this is a wedding. I think this is like a sweet 16 or something.
Like,
Still,
like a
this
quinceañera.
would fall apart. This
Yeah.
would fall apart instantly.
Yeah, it's cool. It looks cool as hell. This one I think looks great, but yeah, it's just totally impractical. I mean, you're gonna shed everywhere.
So this is a little different. She has a window for her belly ring, and then I don't know. This looks like the first thing I saw was like, wow, that's a weird place to put a face mask. But
yeah,
I mean,
it kind of looks like a baby cap or something, like a little cap you put on your baby, you know? Like I'm not digging the scrub colored dress and suit. I don't know what the hell is on his head. I just think a lot of drugs went into this. I think it's like they bought a bunch of fabric. Yeah. Like maybe they both can sew a little bit and they bought a bunch of fabric and like dropped a bunch of acid and designed this. That's my guess. Whoa.
I've seen like quinceañera dresses like this. So this one wasn't as bizarre to me.
It's
or like My Big Fat Gypsy Wedding. I don't know if you ever watched that show, but they want like the biggest fucking dresses you can get.
I've seen ones like this, and it's like it's bizarre. Like it's not that bizarre looking. I think it looks fine, but to me, why would you want to limit your mobility that much? You know, it just the best wedding dress. Actually, maybe I'll throw a picture on here if I find a good one. I'll share with you guys the best one I've ever seen. Yeah, it just. Oh God.
So this one is like, the dress isn't that bad. It's just, I would have thought a little bit more about it before doing this.
I would have wanted it to support my, chesticles.
Because you kind of want them to look as the best as possible. And right now it's, it's not doing that,
It is very far from that. It's just like, yeah, I mean, at least the other one, even though it was just like practically pasties up there, at least it was, supporting it. I just like, you tried this on before you bought it, right? Like, at what point did you just go, yeah, this is fine, and then bought it and wore it for your pictures, and at no point thought, maybe I should invest in even if something like strapless to prop it up under the dress? Like, I don't know. It's just weird.
It's I'm just gonna say right out, that's not the best idea. It could have potential if it was like, if it pushed him up and pushed him a little bit together, this would be a lot better. If just
agree,
because this is not doing her any favors.
It really is not. It's like, come on, how do you?
Here you guys go.
Oh God, let me show off my fake titties. They were a wedding present from my husband. God, that's
irrelevant.
That's just if those are real, I feel really bad for her back. But I sincerely doubt on that frame. I sincerely doubt that that's what she was born with. There just isn't room for them. It just looks like being her.
It would be cute if it was made for that, or if they were a bit smaller, or if it was made for that size. It has the potential to be cute, but
it's way too small. Because of things like this, I think there's something almost more scandalous about, this like tiny strip of fabric covering them than there would be if you just let them hang out. It would almost be less scandalous that way. If you were just like, yep, I'm going topless to my wedding, I don't know. It's just weird.
This one I thought was a bit bizarre.
Oh God.
Like,
she's a pincushion.
I know. Let's see. Where are the bride's arms? Is she actually a snowman in disguise? How can she walk in that dress? Why so many flowers? We could keep going. Yeah, I don't get it either. I'm like, maybe she was born without arms, and so
maybe she's a quadruple amputee, and she's just set in like a little thing, and they're just rolling her around. Oh
my God.
To say. Oh God, whatever. Oh freaking hell, people! I don't know what decision making went. Oh God, are you like
the 80s? Is all I can say about this.
Yeah. Little Bo Peep meets the 80s, basically. God, it's like why?
Okay, if she had like an edgy haircut,
I could buy this one. Honestly, this one just feels like the 90s.
yeah, and I just feel like different haircut. If she stood a little bit differently, like if she had one of those, like the bob with the bangs that's like black and like slick.
Oh yeah,
and like just like stood there all. Who's the chick that does one of the models that always has like it's like she has not an angry face, but like her eyes are very striking, like something like that.
Yeah, I think if you're for a dress,
but it's a little weird.
Like yeah, for a dress like this, you got to lean into the style. Like you went with this really, out there edgy look. Like where is that reflected in your hair and your makeup and your, in the veil? I would have done something different with the veil to match that aesthetic a little better. This, to me, this one has potential. It just didn't come together the way that it was supposed to.
This I don't understand. It's like, who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
I'm a pineapple. Also kind of a peacock. Like, what?
Just a little bit. This one, I was like, what the fuck?
I mean, look, I'm all about my Philly sports and shit, but no. Like, unless you're marrying a Sixers player, even then, I'm a little skeptical. Oh my effing Lord.
That is a long trip. You remember Coming to America when the comes to get married to Eddie Murphy and the train is so long?
So freaking long. Yes, that is that. That to me, like, you look at this, I'm like, that woman was a bridezilla. There's no way she wasn't a bridezilla. If you're like, I need 100 fucking people to carry my train, yeah, you're a miserable person. Oh my God. That's
Yeah, no. Now this one, some of the guys in the chat, or maybe some ladies too, might like this because it's a little see-through up here. But again, I wouldn't want to have that with grandma.
No, it's also a really ugly color. Like off-white is fine, like a little cream is fine. But this is like, you got an ash gray veil and train going on. You've got this sort of like dingy cream, and there's no shape on it either. It's just like a block of see-through shirt and a block of skirt,
Yeah, it's not flattering. This one, I was like, what?
Whoa. Visually gorgeous. Completely impractical, and fuck that guy. Oh, the head thing also.
The crown too. The crown. I'm like, what is going on?
They lost me on the crown. The art on it is cool. I guess
she's gonna kill you. Look at that face. She's gonna fucking kill you.
If you don't like my dress, I will murder you with the body of a peacock that I also killed to make this dress.
And her thing, it's like a little peacock, like feather duster.
Yeah, it's like one of the like parasol, peacock parasol. Like, oh God, lady, you are interesting. I want to see what her husband's wearing. That's what I. Oh God. Seashells much?
Maybe a little bit, but again, like, how are you going to sit down in this?
Right? I just don't get it. I don't get the gigantic butt. I don't get this wanting to be big. This is so funny too, because it's like most of the time women always want to seem as small as possible. We want to seem thin. We want to seem thin. We want to seem like curvaceous, all this shit. And it's like, except on wedding day, on some people's wedding day, they just want to be the biggest fucking thing in the room.
Yeah, they're like, no one will have a bigger dress than me.
I want to take up as much space as humanly possible. I want to look ridiculous. I want to be as inconvenient to the world as I possibly can be. That's like the look there. I don't know. I don't get it. This one though,
is this oh yeah, it is. It's Cindy Crawford.
Okay, not for me, but I don't mind this like Victorian kind of classical. The thing that ruins it for me is the veil. It's just too much. But like,
You know, I feel like if it was like a weird sci-fi movie and they all dressed like this as a society, it could work.
It could work.
But and I mean, there's ways to fix this. Rip off the sleeves. Like just rip these things off, and this kind of would be still okay modern times.
Yeah, like if you tear them off and make like cute little lace cap sleeves, that would be actually really cute, I think. On the dress.
Yeah, it could be very cute. But I mean, Cindy Crawford can almost pull off anything, but it's a bit much. During the time that this happened, I'm assuming this was the style, so I'm like, okay, I get it, but no.
Someone says it does look Star Wars-ish. Yeah, I could see like Princess Leia wearing, or I don't, not Princess Leia, maybe like Padme. I could see Padme wearing.
I am actually picturing the princess in Dune. I feel like when she's like narrating in the David Lynch movie. I don't know why. I can just picture her wearing it like something absolutely ridiculous and extravagant.
Oh, absolutely.
Typical 80s, yeah. So this one I didn't really get. I don't understand this one in particular. Like this one, I'm like, okay, that's not as bad. This one, I'm like, what on earth? Like Paisley.
Yeah, I get people want to go for this like different splash of color, but it just feels like, you know, it's like you did this just for the sake of doing it, not because it actually looked good or because you wanted it. You know? I don't know.
The flowers are cute. Yeah, Spaceballs, Princess Vespa. She looks pissed that she's wearing this.
She's like, I don't know why I'm geometric. So many geometric shapes right now.
It looks like a folding napkin, like at a fancy restaurant.
It looks like a piece of modern art that someone made out of their like used tableware. That's weird.
America.
It's not even cut well. Like
I know.
I'm almost wondering if this pattern was photoshopped on top of it though, because it looks really two-dimensional.
It really does, yeah.
Yeah. I'm almost wondering that. Even without the pattern, it's not a flattering cut at all.
Mm-mm.
It kind of looks like she just tied a flag around herself.
This is just a little gaudy.
Oh yeah, too much for me. I kind of like the stuff on the arm to an extent, but just the big giant, I can't get behind. I don't mind like the bejeweled, bust and stuff, but just the whole giganto, floofy bustle is just too much for me.
This one scared me.
Oh my god, let's Little Bo Peep. Who just who needs to be bandaged for some reason.
See, when I saw this, I thought of the mom in Mary Poppins where she's got like the sash.
Oh, the sash. She's a suffragette. There you go. It's just oh my god. This is like Los Angeles beachside wedding. We had Vegas. This is like LA or Hawaii beach wedding. Jesus.
Spring break wedding.
Even look at the person next to her. She's like, I don't want to be seen here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. Spring break. Like we decided, we met in Cabo on spring break, and by the end of the week, we got married.
Yeah.
My drunk ass friends picked these flowers out of someone else's lawn. What the fuck?
I don't even know. I don't know what this is.
I'm so confused. I'm just confused.
I think we both are.
I don't understand that. I don't understand how or why. Okay. That's just not a piece of clothing. It's just a shape.
Oh, I think we're done. I think that was the last one because now there's all of these things.
All right.
So ended with this very confusing piece. So that was the wedding dress segment. I saw this popped up on my Twitter because the entire all I've heard from my side of the family is, when are you gonna get married? When are you gonna get married? Peach's side of the family, when are you guys gonna get married? When are you guys gonna have babies? And I'm just like, the fucking universe and Twitter and Facebook and everything just wants me to look at like wedding stuff, and I'm like, no, stay away from me, Satan.
So here's if you want to share this is one of my favorite wedding dresses that I've ever seen. And obviously I'm in this picture. You can see that clearly. There's me. Can I make this? How do I make this? Can I make this bigger? Here I can full screen it, I guess. Nope, that didn't do anything. I was already in full screen. Hooray! Let me see if I can. Nope, that didn't do anything either. That is not what I wanted. Let me just here. All right, but this one I'll just show you one a few later. You can see it closely. She, instead of doing a veil, she did this gossamer train with sparkles on it. It really was a lovely dress. It was like tasteful. Here's the front of it. I thought this was so cool because she had these beaded sleeves.
So
Isn't that nice?
Does she have heels on?
No, she was wearing sparkly sneakers.
Aw.
She was wearing shiny sneakers. And the coolest part about this dress too, you saw that big long train on it. It was, no one had to carry anything. It was in the thing is that once she was done with with that part, there were little buttons put up, and I want to see if you can find one of her dancing later because you can see really clearly. So she took the train off, obviously, and then there were little buttons all up around this part right here that she was underneath, that she could just button it right up and take the, lift up the train off the ground and just wear the same dress. She didn't have to change or do anything. She was just, fully mobile for the rest of the night. I thought that was
That's actually pretty standard on wedding dresses that don't have tools, that it cinches, or they have like a little bracelet that attaches to the bottom.
Exactly. Or then the ones that have a lot of the big bustles, a lot of times you can pull the bustle just right out the bottom and, and then do that and cinch it. So that I think is the way to go. Because I know some people will opt to change, things like that. But this is just, I think that's the neatest way to do it. I loved the whole, I love that tooling on the front. I think it's so cool looking the way it was all, I'll pull up the one with me in it again, because obviously it's the best one. But, but yeah, I just think it was very tastefully beaded, and the simple fabric, the beaded bodice, the simple fabric. She's got sparkles in the thing. It was just very tasteful, elegant. And yes, by the way, in case you're asking, she is wearing Arwen's necklace. So,
I have that too.
Yeah. So they walked, her down the aisle music, I think, was from Zelda. And then their recessional, her processional was Zelda. Their recessional was Concerning Hobbits from Lord of the Rings. So it was such a great wedding. It was such a perfect nerd wedding too. They had 20-sided die as little party favors on the table, and they made up a little game with it too. And it was had a bunch of science fiction books on the table and fantasy books, and you could win those from the other guests. It was just the cool. Oh, thank you, Phil. I still have that dress. It's a gorgeous dress. So I certainly am not getting rid of it anytime soon. I'll find another excuse to wear it. So yeah. But I figure we could cleanse our palate with an actual tasteful and pretty wedding dress.
With an actual pretty wedding dress. I remember when my brother got married, she wanted to do the whole Cinderella with the big puffy dress. And I remember, because, kids don't have any filters. I still don't have any filter now as much. Well, when I was a kid, I straight up said when she showed us because me and my sister had to be flower girls, and my other sister had to be one of the ring bearers. Mm-hmm. And I straight up said that dress is the most hideous thing I've ever seen. About my dress though, not about her dress.
God, I love it.
But I almost threw a timber down. I am not wearing that. That's ugly.
That's awesome.
And my mom was like, "Don't say that." And I'm like, "This is," and I was like, "Who the fuck would wear?" Well, I didn't say the F word because I was a kid, but I'm like, "What the hell is this?"
I've been so lucky because my first wedding that was a flower girl in. It was my aunt's. She was getting remarried, and so she didn't give a shit. It was her second wedding and all that. It was nice. It was very elegant and beautiful and whatnot. But I don't even think Jackie and my sister and I wore the same dresses. My sister was so cute. She was too embarrassed to go down the aisle, so she was upset about it. And then she wanted to go down afterwards, so they let her come down later. I think after all the bridesmaids had gone and whatnot. It was really cute. But then both of the ones I've been a bridesmaid for, both instances, the brides were just like, okay, here's the dress. And in one case, it was all the same dress, but it had this really long ribbon that you could tie up as straps or do whatever. And she was like, do whatever you want with that, style it however you want. And it was a short dress, a knee-high red one that I still have. And then this one was, she gave us the color, and she was like, it's got to be ankle length, and it's got to be this color. But otherwise, it was a website that had a million different cuts and styles. She was like, pick the one that you like best. So.
I'm on the train of, if I ever get married, which I don't think is ever going to happen, every single bridesmaid, your guys are all going to be as ugly as humanly possible.
Harsh. I'll wear a pantsuit. It's fine. I'll still look fabulous.
You guys are going to be in paper bag or potato sacks.
Oh God. Well, it's for your day. I will do whatever you want, but rest assured, on my wedding day, you will be in a beautiful bridesmaid gown. I am not concerned about you.
And something will go wrong because Karma will be like, "Well, actually, you're. I think you'd definitely get married before I ever would." But Karma would be a bitch to me, like your dress is breaking or your shoes are breaking, your dress is risky. But I'm going to read some super chats before we get into the next topic, because the next topic that Jessi and I are going to be talking about is these rumors. So the rumors about George Lucas coming back. Now, I did a video on it, but YouTube likes to not tell people that I did videos. But people are still kind of confused, but I got so many people asking me about it during a live stream, and I kind of talked about it, and people were still shocked. So let me read some super chats, and me and Jessi are going to
run the key while you do that.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, I will just let's see. Hello all. That's a little bit too big. I'll just wait for Jessi. Oh, I like Jessi's little picture. Okay, so let's see. The Leviathan, thank you for the super chat. Hail our queen, your Ewoks praise you. Yevna. Well, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. Flubber11 USA, thank you for the super chat. No longer will we let our favorite franchises be plundered. Anna Army assemble. Ooh, thank you. I like the sound of that. Mighty Hellhound, thank you for another super chat. You weirdo. I don't know if you do this because you're actually weird or you just get a kink out of this kind of stuff, or you're just trolling. But thank you for another $2. I bet you're just too shy to break wind on stream. Again, thank you for the $2, but you're kind of weird, dude. Baltimore Guy, thank you for super chat. Have fun, ladies. Thank you. We are. Decory. Thank you for the super chat. Wanted to give some support to the queens of YouTube. Aw, thank you. Can't stay for the live. We'll watch the stream later. Oh, well, thank you. I've actually been having a problem re-uploading to my secondary channel, so that's why all of my streams have not been set to members only. Once I get them uploaded onto the second one and it starts working again and actually lets me upload my live streams, they will be set to members again. But you can find everything, a majority, like 90% of my live streams go to my secondary YouTube channel. And sometimes if it takes a little while to get posted there, it's because YouTube is a bitch and hates me. Just FYI to everyone. Dex Luther, thank you for the super chat. What if you had to wear that boob dress to get married in Hobbiton? Well, my boobs are definitely not as big as hers. I feel like it would cover more, so I think it wouldn't be a problem. Look at the kitty cat.
Yes. Lando came to say hi. He really missed us. He's been giving me nonstop attention since I got home.
And then Shinku Toner, thank you for the super chat, even though you did not say anything, and I apologize for potentially butchering your name. And I am caught up on super chats right now. So Jessi, you and I talked about this. I feel like it was a stream or two ago, but so basically I got asked about this rumor that is going around about how there's a George Lucas cut of Rise of Skywalker, that George Lucas is coming back to take Kathleen Kennedy's job. Now, the first time I heard about this was in your video where you were covering an article from, what was it?
Got this covered.
It was a very reliable source.
So reliable. And they were, at the time, they were the only people saying anything about it. I could not corroborate this, even from the other dinky, sources out there that are usually like on top of this stuff. Not another single person had gotten a whiff or a sniff of this based on, and look, the thing is, it's not impossible that this one time somebody got an insider source. But the thing is, I don't even think they said insider source. They're just like, we heard a rumor. Because even the write-up of it wasn't like,
because there's some articles that they have, like, I don't like to talk about him too much, but fuck, I can't even remember his name. That one dude that was getting into fights with everyone on Twitter, but he actually had, him and his wife, when they were still married, they had kind of insider sources on stuff that was coming out. Huh?
Jason Ward.
Yeah, Jason Ward. So sometimes some of the stuff that they came out with that they would release on their Star Wars website, some of it was kind of reliable, but there was always something that was off about it. But I mean, yeah, when we say this when we cover articles, it's like, this is from this website, take it with a grain of salt. And I'm one of those people that if they don't have their work cited or where they got this info, sometimes they can say, oh, somebody from Lucasfilm told me, or, here A, B, and C. But so I heard it, and I heard it when I watched your video, and I was like, this because even you said like this is for the crazy article. It would be like, here's my theory after hearing that on how it would work, on how if this was actually happening. But obviously, it's from this very unreliable website. I'm not going to take it seriously.
Oh yeah, my whole take was I don't think this is ever going to happen, but wouldn't it be great? And there's a very good and logical reason why it would be a great thing for for Lucasfilm, and I do think it would be. But I also think that based on a lot of the stuff, and I know a lot of stuff we're going to get into, I just don't think it's feasible for a variety of reasons, for a long laundry list of reasons, not the least of which is I don't think George Lucas has any interest.
Yeah. Well, and then so I did a video about, so I was on a live stream the other night, Jess, and I think it was either like somebody in the chat or somebody super chatted me. I can't remember, but somebody asked me about it, and I said, this is ridiculous. George, he's 76 years old. He's got a 6-year-old little girl. Him and his wife live in Chicago. She runs her business, and he's a stay-at-home dad, and he's living his best fucking life with all of his money,
No question. As we were talking about this backstage a little bit, this man is not hurting for money. He made bank selling. First of all, he made bank. I don't think he was hurting for money before he sold Lucasfilm. Selling Lucasfilm was not a financially motivated decision. It was, I actually read a really sad article about an interview that he had with someone. It broke my effing heart reading it too. In the interview, this article that I read came out after I think The Force Awakens did or something, but it was this interview this guy had with Lucas, and he was sort of talking about Lucas and his involvement and lack thereof with Disney moving forwards. But I just it was just really sad about he's talking to Lucas about how much he was disillusioned with the property after the prequels, and he was talking a lot in this interview about the sadness he felt towards the disconnect through the fan base, the hate that he'd gotten from the fan base, all that stuff, and it was a very very final and funereal tenor to it. How Star Wars was kind of dead for him, and then the article finished saying, 6 months after this interview, Lucas sold it to Disney. So clearly, Star Wars has been over for him for a long time. And we also, what has he done in the past years? We haven't seen any indication to show that he still is passionately interested in filmmaking at all, let alone in coming and having involvement with his baby, his pet project, the thing he created that is no longer his because it's been taken from him and changed so drastically so as not to resemble the original source anymore. This is someone who who faltered in the prequel era because he was far too precious about his work, who faltered making the special editions because he was too precious about his work and what it wanted to look like, and what he wanted it to be. This is the guy whose fault was when he had the power was taking too much control and not giving into the same checks and balances and listening to the people and relying on his creative team more the way he had done during the originals, which made them so great. This is somebody, if you know anything about Lucas, he's an introverted person. He doesn't love drama. He's not a people person. He's not even very involved on set. When he was on set, when he was directing the first movie, even, he was not very talkative and engaged with the actors and all this stuff, so to try to pitch to me that, he's on board to come back to work at Lucasfilm under the Disney umbrella after what they did to his work, that this idea that he was somehow on set shooting additional scenes for Rise of Skywalker, I just don't see it. It's just not consistent with what we know of George Lucas. It just isn't. It's like saying, I met Brie Larson yesterday and she was bubbly and effusive and full of life and totally grounded. It's just not consistent with what we know about these people.
Well, also it's and a lot of people did not read Bob Iger's book. Now I did read his book and I did an hour-long breakdown. This is what I said in my video. I'm like, the way that Bob Iger presented to George Lucas that he wanted to buy Lucasfilm was, and George was under the impression he was getting the John Lasseter treatment, which was when Bob Iger bought Pixar, he bought it because he wanted John Lasseter's genius, and he wanted John Lasseter to not only, to get Pixar and all of those IPs, but to have John Lasseter come and fix the story department at Disney. So George thought, I'm going to sell my company and name, but I'm still going to be left in creative control. And egos butt heads, and because they started talking about money, and he's like, no, George, I'm not going to give you $7 billion. You might get lucky if you get $2 billion. And George is like, fuck no, I'm not getting $2 billion. You better give me this much. And they got into fights over price. And then George wanted to pull out when it was made clear to him that, no, I'm not going to spend $4 billion on the Star Wars IP, and you're still going to be in charge. I'm buying this to buy it, George. And so George wanted to pull out, and he said, you know what? We're so far into these negotiations. We had all this invested into it. If you pull out, it's going to cost you $500 million. Your company is going to tank. You're going to lose everything. Everyone's going to get fired. So either don't sell to us and lose everything, or sell to us and everyone gets to keep their jobs and everything gets to stay, alive. So George was back. George has no reason to come work for these people again. They stabbed him. Kathleen Kennedy stabbed him in the fucking back. Bob Iger, came to him as a friend, and then once showed his true colors and was like, held him at like a knife, and basically got the knife twisted and was twisting it.
I just want to reiterate, this is information that's from Bob Iger's book. This is not George Lucas bitterly saying this. This is Bob Iger writing about it from his own, like, he's the one who did
Which is why I'm like, why on earth would you put this in your book? Who let you say this shit? It's terrible.
Exactly. Well, I think he did that under knowing that he was stepping down. He probably didn't think he was going to be hanging around this much longer. He was like, I'll say whatever the fuck I want to and fucking retire. Whatever, bitches.
Well, that's the thing is, like, he wants to run for office, which I think he will. I think he's eventually I think he will run for president, and he'll run. Huh?
That's a good fucking luck. I'm sorry. Your platform is torn down on the premise of you couldn't make money with Star Wars. If you couldn't make Star Wars into a successful franchise, what the fuck am I going to give you the reins to this goddamn country for? Are you kidding?
Exactly. He's gloating. He was gloating in the book, and it's just terrible. But everything with George Lucas, he's not coming back. He lives in Chicago. His wife runs a business. He has a little girl. Even when you look at interviews, because, oh my God, look at this. George has kids, and his kids do interviews and talk. Now, Jet isn't exactly the most reliable, but even Jet said, no, he's having fun. He's got, he hasn't had he even said, when I was a kid, when my sisters were kids, Dad was always working. Now he has all this time. He's playing with Everest. He's in love, and, he's writing, and he says, yeah, my dad is working on other projects. And that's one of the things that George, you really have to know about him. George loves independent and artistic film. Look at THX, look at American Graffiti, look at Star Wars. All of the movies that he made were things that had never been done before.
Exactly.
And that whole thing, that's what he likes.
Back in the 70s as part of American Zoetrope. The whole thing, it was the most surprising thing to any of these guys that they all got so big so quickly. The whole point was forming American Zoetrope as this independent company that was going to create what they wanted to create. There were, different stuff. They're not going to be beholden to the studios and those decisions and whatnot, which is one of my favorite stories about it, is THX 1138 is the reason why we got The Godfather that's, catapulted Coppola's career, was because THX 1138 was the first American Zoetrope funded project, nearly bankrupted the entire operation. The studios came and offered Coppola The Godfather, and Lucas felt so guilty about bankrupting this. Coppola wanted to stay pure. No, we got our vision, we got our this, we're going to do this. And Lucas is the one who knew this was going to be a hit and sort of, pushed him into doing it, which thank God, because Coppola is the one who then put his foot down on all the things. They wanted to change a lot about the original Puzo book for The Godfather. They wanted to modernize it, make it, set in the modern era. Basically, they wanted to make it what Scarface, ended up being, drug trade, Miami, all this stuff. And he fought for New York City. He fought for period piece. He fought for the budget. He fought for the actors, because at that time, Al Pacino and Diane Keaton were considered, untested unknowns, more or less. And Marlon Brando was considered over the hill, but he fought for every single person and made this perfect movie. So it's
Marlon Brando was such a hunk back then.
What's up?
He was such a hunk.
Oh yeah, but it's so interesting though, because the whole thing was, and so then Lucas then went ahead and make American Graffiti as the response to THX 1138 to demonstrate he could tell a human story about real people. And then of course Star Wars came, in these early projects catapulted these guys to infamy, basically, to the point where even Apocalypse Now didn't fully ruin Coppola in spite of its best efforts. Which, if you know anything about the production for that movie, it was insane. Like, it nearly killed him and his entire family. It's ridiculous.
What movie?
Apocalypse Now.
I did not like that movie.
Years and years later, and wasn't a hit at first, and people were over it at that point. But ultimately, obviously,
I've never been able to finish it because I hate it so much. I'm like, why am I watching this?
I enjoy it, but I really like Vietnam movies, and actually,
I don't, unless it's Rambo. I don't like Vietnam movies or Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence. But that's because David Bowie.
I'm really interested in that era, so I enjoy watching that. But yeah, no,
Forrest Gump too. Forrest Gump.
There you go. That's a good one. But going back though, but going back to that, it's like that was never supposed to be. That was never their vision for their work as filmmakers. They always envisioned themselves, Lucas especially, as these avant-garde filmmakers, breaking new ground and experimenting, and that's what Kathleen Kennedy so disingenuously says about him.
Sorry, I had a brain fart. Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence. It doesn't take place in like the typical World War II setting, but it's a World War II movie, not a Vietnam. But
fair enough.
Brain fart there.
We'll allow it. They're very, these movies all operate off the same formula to an extent too. So sometimes it's like, wait a second, which war was that? I always with World War I and II versus II. It's like you got to look at like the helmets. And the World
War I, they're all in trenches, and like the uniforms are very different.
Pretty much, it's like you got to look at the uniforms. Are there trenches and the planes? Those are the three things. I'm like, okay, now I can tell which war this is. But a lot of shit happened in Germany and both of them, and in Europe and all that stuff. So it's like, okay.
I actually just watched a World War II movie last night. I watched Monument Men.
I've never seen it. Was it good?
Yeah, well, I'm kind of biased on it because it's a George Clooney movie, but it's because Hitler was stealing art, and
I've heard of this.
They have to go, and then they're not fighting; they're just going to track down where all this art went and to find it to save it from the Nazis. Because Hitler gave the order that if they were to lose, if anything was to happen to him, they were all of the Nazis were supposed to burn all the art.
Yeah. That's I really wanted to see. I've heard a lot about that movie. Actually, I did really want to see it.
It's good. I kind of was biased on it because when the guy from Downton Abbey is in it, and I'm just like, oh my god, it's the dad from Downton Abbey.
I've never seen any Downton Abbey, but
oh my god, you haven't seen Downton Abbey?
I haven't. No, not my cup of tea. Really.
I didn't think it so either, but then I was sick, and I'm like, I need something to watch when I'm sick, and I'm like, how is this so interesting? Why do people love this damn show so much? And then I turned it on, and I was like,
oh.
3 seasons later, I'm like, and he's just like, Anna, you've been watching this show for 3 days. He's like, have you slept? And I'm like, no.
Everybody I know who wasn't originally interested, that's like the same story. Like, I got really sick. I was in the hospital for an operation. I broke my leg, whatever it was. I was like laid up in bed for, a week or two. And I watched all of Downton Abbey, and it's great. And I'm like, okay, good to know.
I'm not even kidding. Like, you would think, what are you supposed to do during this era, like right before World War I? I'm like, what could possibly be so fascinating? I'm like, you'd be fucking surprised how good this show is. And it's the writing is just so good, except it does get a little repetitive with the dad. He can never do anything right. Every decision he makes is wrong, and he just fails all the time.
That's terrible.
I know, but it's like it makes sense the way, like, basically it's like bad money investments. Like, he made a bad business deal, bad this, and everything he did was wrong in that sense. But
he's like the anti-Midas. Everything he touches turns to shit.
Yes. Yes. You would like it, though. I think you would like it.
I probably will one of these days.
But so something happened yesterday. Yesterday. So we're going to talk about this. And are you ready to do your SJW voice?
So ready. Oh my god.
And this is why I said that it's going to be serious, but also funny, depending on what you think. So let me get this open. So I don't know if you guys are too familiar with Gina Carano. She dated Henry Cavill, so already the woman got props. But she is getting harassed by SJW. So this is from Data Racer. And so if you guys can see, so basically the mob is coming after her and harassing her because she won't tweet BLM.
Good for
and
her.
it even continues. She even calls them out for being trolls, and it's basically the same thing over and over again. Now, I actually went through, and I don't usually do this kind of stuff, but I went through and I reported the accounts that I saw as spam, because you can look at tell me this isn't spam. They're all fake accounts. same names and stuff, but it's
the exact same emoji patterning.
It's a copy and paste. It's a spam.
It's the 100% the exact same thing down to the emojis. It's copy paste, total spam, which is the bullshit too. I always love when everyone's like, "You guys, it is Russian bots. It's all Russian bots review bombing this and that and the other." I'm like, the reason these people accuse everyone else of bots and whatnot is because they are the ones doing it. They are the ones creating these spam accounts. They're the ones figuring out how to make bots and stuff like that and replicate, this shit a bajillion times over. That's why they accuse that's why they accuse us. It's like, before you point the finger, look at your fucking selves. Shit.
Exactly. But honestly, because I've had to deal with these type of people. Remember when all that stuff happened with the bots that were losing their mind because I posted the picture of that one girl that I follow that did the cosplay of Starfire.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like the same like video over and over again. They're like, did he pick you? Did he pick you? And I was like, no, me and my boyfriend kind of picked each other, but that's not a comeback. But these people are fucking insane. So I felt like me and Jessi I think it's time for a dramatic reading. You ready, Jessi? Is your voice okay?
I'm so ready for this.
Okay. So, do you want to read Gina? Because I'm gonna fuck this up if I do.
You got it. I can be everybody. That works for me. In my experience, screaming at someone that they are racist, that they're a racist when they're indeed not a racist, and any post and or research you do will show those exact facts. Then I'm sorry, these people are not educators. They are cowards and bullies.
Say Black Lives Matter and post links, and we'll stop.
Dear trolls. Psst. Oh, but make sure you keep checking in from all your other 12 fake accounts, cowards.
I'm glad you stopped following me. It's like the trash took itself out.
Suckers.
Mm-hmm.
Suckers!
Okay, here we go. I'll go, then you go.
Sure.
At Gina Carano. I fucking hate you racist bitch!
Cara Dune would literally hate her guts, fucking racist.
Give up your career, racist bitch!
If you don't support BLM, you're racist. End of story.
So how does it feel being a racist dipshit?
Explain why you're racist. Stop supporting bitch.
I feel like we should also read the names of these accounts. Okay, that's as far as I can do. Can you see them or no?
Not really.
Okay, so that was from Casey Zero Lou Supremacy.
Oh my god.
Somebody has supremacy in their name. That says a lot about them.
Right.
Sarah, CEO of Sabdala. And then their thing is Admadalla's Jedi. That's their name. Let's see. Racist, you have to show us that we're wrong rather than simply tell us. Is asking you to prove that you're anti-racist, which is different than just not being racist, really too much to ask for? So it's like guilty until proven innocent. That's just stupid.
It's not enough to not be racist. You have to be anti-racist. I'm sorry, but nobody in the world gets to tell you what you believe in or what you stand for and what hill to die on and whether it's right or wrong. That is not how society works. That is not how this world works. We don't have to all go around caring equally about the same things all of the time. That just makes us zombie drones. That just makes us not able to think for ourselves. It just makes us NPCs, which is what these people are.
And they're just going to keep reading.
Of course they are.
All right, you ready for this one? This is from Sam Morales. The Twitter handle is at THFC Pascal.
Miss Gina Carano, I hope you know how much of an inspiration you were to us before, but now you've come out as a bootlicker and a racist. I literally feel sick knowing I liked you. You absolutely disgust me with your behavior. Fuck yeah.
Takes pill.
I love how she actually. Oh, I can't see that bottom part. Oh god, I like how they literally write in here. Like I literally feel sick. No, you don't. Shut up. I'll kick you in the fucking teeth and then you can feel sick. How
Yeah,
about that?
exactly. Quake's pill. Yeah, did you read that one where I forgot what it was, but I had like Drunk On and a few others, and they were reading over stuff, and they're like, "Oh, it was Raylo, how the end of the Rise of Skywalker," and they're like, "Takes pill because Ben died." So whenever I read these things, I always go, "Takes pill" at the end.
Oh my god, I need it. Oh my god.
So this is from Gigi, and their @ is Anakin's Vinyl. At Gina Carano. Just say you're a racist bootlicker and go. Takes pill. Ree!
The thing is, like, people realize that she's Hispanic as well as a woman, right? Like, she's already a minority
They
herself.
don't care unless you agree with excuse me, them 100%. You are a racist, and unless you tell them exactly what they say. And let me actually come back to this because I want to show you guys something. So this is what triggered them. Is she posted this picture, and so it's all of the people doing how bad guy, and this one guy that's not. He's in the crowd, in Nazi Germany, and he's not sticking his arm out.
And so people lost their mind because
people lost their mind because they didn't understand the
picture.
This is what I said. You literally could have picked a better picture to show whatever you wanted to show that you didn't have freaking Nazi on it.
Why are people so funny? I saw a Nazi, now I'm triggered. Get the fuck over it. If you've never seen footage of Nazis, if you've never seen pictures of Nazis and footage of Nazi rallies, you don't understand your history. Don't give me this, I'm so triggered bullshit. If you haven't saturated and immersed yourself in learning and understanding about the fucking horrors of these people, don't sit here and tell me you're so triggered. I read that shit growing up. In Hebrew school, we read Number of the Stars when I was like 8 or some shit. I don't have a memory of not knowing what the Holocaust was. This was stuff as a child. There are children's books written about the Holocaust so that children can understand at a very young age the atrocities that happened to my people and many and millions of others in the Holocaust. It is not enough to just turn a blind eye and say, I heard about this, but I don't need to know about it because it's triggering. No, if you don't have the balls to sit there and learn and understand and study and internalize this horror, right? If you don't fucking go to the Holocaust Museum and look over the fucking privacy walls, you don't actually understand what it is you're being fake triggered about. This shit right here, I don't know exactly what the point of the picture is, but the thing people don't understand about a picture like this, right? You can say whatever you want about this person being in this amidst them and whatnot. The fact that this person was standing in a crowd of others, not raising his hand, he risked his life for that act of defiance. He risked his entire life for that. He easily could have been called out, turned in. I mean, this is the shit that was going on in Nazi Germany. Hitler Youth were being trained to turn their parents in if they didn't support the Führer. So any act of defiance, any act, even something as simple as standing in the crowd and not lifting your hand up, was an enormous act of defiance. And it should be pointed out. And you should look and go, who is this guy? And good for fucking him. Because maybe he's a Jew. Maybe he's a Jew who had to fall in line, hide his entire identity, watch his family get carted off and killed. Maybe he's gay, and again, had to hide his his entire identity, who he was, watch the people around him like him get murdered, and this was the only thing he could do to preserve his life and do that. Nobody has any right to say you should have done this at the expense of your life, because people don't fucking get any failure to fall in line could cost you your life in Nazi Germany. You can't sit there it's one thing people who are actually in the army, people who are actual Nazis, and even if they didn't believe in it, decided to fall in line and committed actual atrocities. That is completely different than your average everyday citizen who's just putting their head down and trying to fucking survive. Because if they say the wrong thing in front of the wrong person, that person's going to turn out to be the Gestapo, pull out a gun and shoot you in the fucking head, or the SS, I guess, in this case. That's, you didn't have an option. You didn't have an option. And to not be able to look at this picture and recognize that, just go, I'm so triggered by Nazis, is to miss the fuck.
They're complaining that she's showing the picture because somebody said it in the chat, and I tried to scroll back to find it, but it doesn't show up in StreamYards, but I can see it on the actual chat. Somebody said, if you don't understand what she means by this picture, you have a low IQ. And that's actually one of the biggest problems with Twitter, is that there's a lot of people that don't. And here's the thing. Forrest Gump didn't have a high IQ, and he would understand what she meant. So it's not only a low IQ, it's just I don't know what it is at this point anymore, you know?
Wizard Beard put in an Ayn Rand quote here. It was an interesting choice given some of Ayn Rand's personal politics as well. But the smallest minority on earth is the individual. Those who deny individual rights cannot claim to be defenders of minorities. Accurate. I don't always agree with Ayn Rand on everything, but I do really like some of the things she's written about individual. Like that's Anthem. I actually found it to be a really powerful book. And that's exactly that, you know. That's and that's the whole someone talking about, you know, he could have not lifting his hand up, could have gotten him canceled. Yeah, people are so fucking soft today where it's like, let's cancel you, you know. I'm sorry, you're all running around with literal Nazis. Literal Nazis cancel you by shooting you in the fucking head. So shut your effing mouths about literal Nazis. Shut your effing mouths about, you know, all this petty bullshit. It's just so frustrating how deeply and intrinsically these people misunderstand these things, and how offensive it is to families of Holocaust survivors, to the few surviving Holocaust survivors, you know, to people who actually understand what their families went through and lost in this process. People who actually sat down and read Night by Elie Wiesel or other literature, Man's Search for Meaning, you know, literature about people who actually went through this shit and understand not just also the victimhood of, oh my God, we went through this and we suffered, but the strength and the bravery of the people who survived that. And you can't understand or respect or laud that bravery and that strength without understanding the depth of the horror and what it actually meant to survive. And people like this are so fucking soft. They can't even tolerate learning about the bad stuff because it's just too much, which is why they think shit like doing cosplay is the most racist thing you could fucking do in this world.
Yeah, they don't know. And that's what I'm saying. It's like that. Even to the point where people do know and they just don't care. I think somebody said in here that they enjoy bullying and they just want to win. And they know that it's like kind of like a zombie effect in a way. It's like so many can overwhelm someone at a point.
You know, at least you're fucking honest about it, though. If you admit you're just here to be a piece of shit. Like, at least, you know, most of these people think they're fucking doing God's work or some shit, or they would if they believed in God. But God is evil unless he's, you know, Allah, because Muslims are more virtuous than every other person. So...
Don't they still behead people?
Yep. Islamist extremists still do that. All religious extremists are bad. That's period. Doesn't matter what religion you are. Could be one you made up yesterday. If you're an extremist, it's probably bad. And yeah,
the one that you made up yesterday.
It's, you know, except for the one I'm going to make up. You guys should all follow that completely zealously and to the letter and never ever question it. Because whatever,
all right, so
will be good.
I think this one's you.
Oh yes, where are we? Oh yes, you're literally a racist. You shade Black Lives Matter. You block people telling you to say BLM. You post pro-cop propaganda. That makes you a racist, bitch. Ah!
Takes pill. Whee! Oh
my fucking God.
Cara Dune would literally hate her guts. Fucking racist, and that's from Shappy Ridley.
Great.
These people are insane. Here you go. This is from Ashlyn at Shitbride. That's her Twitter handle, at Shitbride.
Yeah, that sounds like who you are. Racist, pest, baby, ignorant. Like, you can't even make a fucking sentence. Racist, pest, baby, ignorant. I just said words. I have Tourette's. I have Tourette's that cause me to type random asshole words for no reason. Racist, piss, shit, fuck, baby, loser, moron.
And you can see, like, some of the same people are popping up, but it's like, it's different replies and stuff. And so, like, Ashley, like, twice she has already popped up, and same with this dude, the Sam dude. All right, so this is Mel at Sunflower Hauser at Gina Carano. How does it feel to be a clown and a racist? Right!
I want to know how many of these people posting are white. That's what I want to know. I want to know how many of these people replying are white, because, like, honestly, 90%. We can say 90. I'm going to say 90%.
Ashlyn again. You got Ashlyn again.
Oh my God, Ashlyn! Hooray! Pursuit of ending your acting career because you're racist. Why can't you write fucking real sentences? You
Nobody
fucking ignorant
understands.
cunt. You dumb slut.
Hera CO of Plowcoon at Blade of Dorian. You are a bootlicker and a racist. Stop talking already. Gosh. Hashtag takes pill.
Oh my god.
Here you go. This is Lou Millibenium. Here you go.
Block me if you're a racist anti-masker cop apologist. Heart at Gina Carano. Heart. Do it, bootlicker. I dare you. You weirdo. Like, wow, you have the right to call anyone. This bullshit too. It's like, why you just threw in a bunch of things? Like, okay, you're a cop lover and a racist and an anti-masker. Okay, and if she blocks me, which she's probably gonna do because you're a fucking cunt and you've probably been harassing her, you're gonna show that as evidence. You're gonna hold up this tweet and you're gonna show this. And you're gonna run around going, see, Gina Carano's an anti-masker. Gina Carano's admitted she's a racist. Like, shut the fuck up. Imno Creative, the 22, these SJWs mostly are dumb teenage girls. Some of them, unfortunately, have become adults, but they've remained, teenage girls, dumb teenage girls on the inside this whole time. Ooh, interesting from Mr. Oddball. The man in the photo, who was married to a Jewish woman, was later killed by the Nazis after they forced him in a penal unit and he was killed in combat. So she is doing the thing that is agreed upon in the Jewish community as the most virtuous thing you can do, pretty much in relation to the Holocaust and its victims, is remember them, is laud them, is hold them up, is point them out, and is remember them. And that's something, we were asked when we went to the Children's Memorial at Yad Vashem, which is the Holocaust Museum in Jerusalem. My group, we went in, and it's this beautiful and very sad building dedicated to the children who lost their lives. And it's a couple voices reading just the names of them. It's a completely dark room, and it's all mirrors and candles. So the candlelight's refracted like it's thousands and thousands of stars. And you stand in there, and you listen to the names of these people as cats. You listen to the names of these people, and what they asked us all to do is remember one of them, carry one of them with us, come outside and share it, and carry that with you. It's the Auschwitz Memorial Twitter account. Most of what they just do is just post little blurbs about people, who have died, confirmed victims of the Holocaust, post something about them, who they are, and et cetera, because these people deserve to be remembered. They didn't deserve what happened to them. They deserve to be remembered. So what Gina Carano is actually doing is, again, in Judaism, the most virtuous thing you can do regarding those of us lost in a situation like that. And
I went to the Holocaust Museum in Berlin, and the room that really got me was the one with all the kids, because it shows this big picture of these 16 Jewish kids, and they're only one survived, and I'm like, oh my god, no. Oh, the babies, nope.
It's rough. There's a few moments in Yad Vashem where I actually just straight up started crying. And I don't usually about this stuff. I've seen, like I said, I've been digesting this information since I was a kid. But I have to say, the Holocaust Museum in Washington D.C. is excellent. It's got a hall of shoes, and this is the really fucked up thing too. So many there's that classic hall of shoes. It's a big thing in the one in Washington D.C. and it's just, you walk through a hallway and it's just piled high with shoes of the dead. They're not the only Holocaust museum to have a massive hallway full of shoes of victims. Those are all over the world because there are that many empty shoes. And but there were some things that got me. There was one story right in the beginning of a young man and woman who were he was courting her, I guess. But he was very shy, and so she never knew how much he felt about her. But he took a picture of her into the camp with him and had something written on it about how much he loved her. It was maybe a letter they had never gotten to send. And when he died, ultimately, the letter and the picture were eventually returned to her. She had survived, and that was how she knew how much he felt about her. And it's just stuff like that fucking gets to me, because it's so fucked up and tragic what happened, and it feels like people want to erase that now because it's too much to talk about, it's too much to think about, it's too much to see pictures of, it's too much to have the information about. And to me, you're no better than a Holocaust denier at that point. If it's too much to talk about, to think about, to listen to deal with, to honor, then why are you any better than someone who denies it even exists? If you refuse to talk about it, if you refuse to think about it, if you refuse to remember it, how are you any better? And that to me is such bullshit. It just goes right back into the things I've been consistently saying, which is that my people are forgotten in this movement. My people are treated worse than in, you know, any time in my lifetime, collectively worse, you know, than any other people. We're routinely neglected, routinely ignored, frequently called Nazis ourselves for shit like this, because people don't understand what real Nazis actually were and what that actually meant. People want to run around and say, oppression, I'm so oppressed, I'm so this.
Well, and people are so fast to yell Nazi, but it's like, you don't know how evil those psychopaths were. You know, it's calling somebody a Nazi, you know, that actually means something, and, you know, to certain people that actually have brains in their head, and that, you know, they just say, oh, it's just an insult. Like, it's become to the point where, like, Nazi, we're kind of desensitized from it, because they use it so much and they don't know what it means. Like, obviously you've been to those museums. I think you and I have both been to concentration camps. I went to one of the first ones that they ever built. And when you go and you see that kind of stuff, and you see, you know, it's a very demented, out of this world experience, and you can feel all the pain and the suffering that went there. And, you know, it's very different. So having these people that just have no problem attacking someone just because she's not doing exactly what they want. All this tells me is that these are all spoiled, rotten brats, that that they never got any form of discipline from their parents. And so they have the access, they're from their phones, Twitter from iPhone, all iPhones that probably mommy and daddy pays for,
Of course,
that they have no idea what any of the things are that they're saying, or any repercussions from their actions, because they've never had to be accountable for the things that they've done or said.
Exactly. Excuse me. Exactly. And the funny thing is, too, with these iPhones, just as quickly as they wrote some hateful bullshit on Gina Carano's wall, they could just as easily have looked up this picture and figured out why she was posting it to begin with, instead of forming a fucking lynch mob and trying to conflate unrelated ideas to say that somehow honoring a Holocaust victim is pro-Nazi and therefore makes her racist because she hasn't posted BLM. But you know what? Fuck it. The whole thing is, like, Black Lives Matter doesn't care about Black lives. They only care about certain Black lives under certain circumstances that work for their agenda. And you know what? You can read articles written by Black people who talk about how they don't feel represented by Black Lives Matter, how Black Lives Matter doesn't represent their interests. And you can do your own research and find out just how many white people are in, you know, controlling positions within Black Lives Matter. So it's like,
did you see the video of the white guy yelling at the Black woman that he's blacker than she is?
What? Oh my
you didn't see that? It was ridiculous. Let me see if I can pull it up without getting flagged. Do you want to read a couple of these while I pull it up?
Thing, gladly. I hope you fucking choke. Don't use Carrie or Leia to make some point. All people want is you to stop being shady, but you can't, can you, Gina? Fuck you. I haven't seen no one call you racist. Stop feeling sorry for yourself and see that you was said her wrong. I have seen no one. Where have you fucking been? Isn't this one of the same accounts? Oh, no, I can't see what the account names are. I feel like it's one of the same accounts that called her racist. Like,
Which one?
The bottom one on this first column. Ellie Jojen Day or something?
Yeah, that's a new one.
Okay. It's like fucking how the hell like I don't even understand. I don't even understand. I want to look up now just before I realize I just want to go back into. Okay, so she's Italian American, so she is technically white. But who effing cares? Yes. Shut up, white woman. Post links to BLM and links to help donate to POC, you bootlicker. People on Stan Twitter shouldn't need to bloody educate you on this stuff. If you don't need educating, go research it yourself. Yeah, you fucking research shit yourself. If the trash were to really take itself out, you would have been deactivated your account. You would have deactivated your account, but unfortunately, you're still here. Fuck you. Shut the fuck up, lady. None of the people you blocked were trolls. They were people who actually give a shit about world issues, unlike you. The only trash around here is you. And what the fuck do you do for world issues? Is to sit on your fucking keyboard and tweet hateful, ignorant shit to other people. Jesus Christ. What even does ACAB stand for? Say BLM and ACAB, Gina. So, like, how do you not understand that you're fucking, but everyone is, say it. Say Black Lives Matter. Say BLM. Say it. You are a fucking bullying hate mob. How do you not fucking realize this? It is like textbook, classic. You are a goddamn hate mob. It's like you're holding people, it's like you're virtually trying to hold people against the wall at gunpoint and tell them to say what you want them to say. And even when they fucking do, you're not going to be satisfied because you're all fucking insane. What is wrong with you fucking people? Sorry, I'm a little mad, a little riled up.
Okay, I found it. I don't know if I'm going to get flagged for this, but let me pull it up onto here. Okay, so let's make this big. Oh, you know what? I don't think I'm sharing audio. Let me do this one more time. Yeah, I don't know if I'm. Oh, that's weird. Fucking A. I hate that. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to have to mute myself, but it's ridiculous. Oh my God. Retweet is funded in whole or party by the Russian government. What?
Is that this?
This YouTube channel. Okay, I guess it's Russian. Okay, I have to mute myself or else it's going to echo.
So is this trying to tell us basically that this is the...
Yeah, but that's not... You're right. You know, you're not black on the inside. I'm more black than you on the inside at this particular point.
You want to talk about who's being the privileged one here?
Oh my God.
You're not black on the inside. I'm more black than you.
Textbook racism, by the way. Let's just talk about it. That's textbook fucking racism.
That's basically the gist. I don't need to show the rest of it.
Yeah,
I'll put this link in the chat if anyone wants to.
Textbook racism right there. That's all that is. And this shit like this. But that's really, I mean, you know, this person coming out right and fucking saying it, that's exactly how everyone acts. Everyone else acts like, oh my God, I'm somehow more, you know, I'm more this than you. I'm more oppressed than you because I'm fighting because I'm an ally. Somehow being an ally makes you more of a fucking minority than an actual minority. Like, I'm sorry, y'all the ones running around telling us every day, you don't know what it's like to be black. It's a struggle every day. Every day people say things and do things and these things and that things. Great. So why are you going around shitting on black people all the time just so they don't agree with you? Because guess what? They live the same fucking struggle. Not agreeing with your stance on BLM or the police doesn't make them any less black. It doesn't change the experiences they have every single effing day. It's just ridiculous. Anyway.
I just saw that on, I think it was Twitter, and I just like, this is real. Like you're fighting for, you know, BLM, but then you're doing the most hypocritical thing by telling a black person that they're not really black. Exactly. And that you're more, a white man is telling a black woman that he is more black than she is. I'm like,
and that's what's hilarious.
Sweet Jesus.
It's hilarious to me. Every time a white person calls a black person racist, every time a man calls a woman sexist, it's every time someone calls, you know, a queer person bigoted, like, you know, anti-gay and whatnot. I'm sure Mecca Random gets shit like that all the time, you know, because we're part of this group. We're a hate group. We're a white supremacist group. It's like, how do you think we fucking feel about that shit? Like, you're sitting here calling me a Nazi and a white supremacist. I am fucking Jewish, so sorry. But no, and it's like, how, like, people don't even stop to fucking think for a second. Nobody knows. Nobody. And that's what everyone needs to keep in mind. You don't know someone else's experience. You don't know someone else's issues, what they've gone through. You don't know their background. You don't know what kind of family they came from, how they were raised, what their genetic makeup is, if they're gay, if they're straight, you know, whatever. You know, any of that shit. You don't know what they do, what they think, what they fight for. You just think you can sit there and fucking rail on people and treat them like utter garbage just because you don't like something they said. It's so utterly immature. It is so immature. But whatever. It's just
Which one were we on?
Let's say. The post trash things. Oh yeah, I said BLM and ACAB, Gina. So we're down in the third column on the bottom. Do you want me to keep reading?
Wait, where?
Third column on the bottom. So that
Chloe?
one. Yeah, Chloe.
Okay, I'll read it. Chloe, this is from Channel Kenobi. I see no posts from you that prove you're not a racist. The facts are that you've blocked people commenting BLM and that and people that are justifiably calling you out. The research I have done leads me to believe that you are indeed a racist bootlicker.
3 of my friends said you blocked them after you said BLM on your channel. That's my research. You're a race. People justifiably calling someone out is saying, you know, hey, Gina Carano, I noticed you haven't posted anything about Black Lives Matter. You're blocking people. Do you have an issue with the movement? That's calling someone out. No, say you're a racist and a bitch and I hate you. You're slut, go die. He's not called justifiably doing anything. There's never any justification for acting like a child like that. That's it doesn't matter if you're right. When you start talking like this, you're not right anymore. You are an immature little baby who needs to learn how to use your words before anyone should let you type anything.
So this one up here is a response. Somebody said, like, good, like, keep fighting the trolls, like, channel your inner Leia. And she said, I am. Or, like, your inner Carrie. And so she posted that one. And then this person says, leave Carrie alone. She beat your racist ass. I'm like, do you not know anything about Gina Carano or how she became famous?
Yeah, it's like, no, she functionally wouldn't. Because if you want to talk about Carrie Fisher in her prime, she was a waif with no martial arts experience, as from what I know. And older Carrie Fisher certainly wasn't the picture of shape. And now she's dead, so she can't beat anyone's ass. But rest in peace, Carrie Fisher. You're a wonderful woman. But Gina Carano is an actual MMA fighter, like not even, you know, like pro wrestler or something that's very athletic, but staged. Like, no, she fought people with her fists and other body parts, legs, I assume, were involved at some point, and got the shit kicked out of her. Like, this woman is tough as fucking nails. Y'all are sitting here commenting. If you saw her in person, you wouldn't have the balls to say anything to her fucking face. I'd love for one of these people to see her on the street and take a fucking swing at her and see what happens. Please give her a reason to knock you on your dumb fucking actually racist ass. God damn.
You want to read this one?
Oh, yeah. Racist, you have to show us that we're wrong rather than simply tell us. Is asking you to prove that you're anti-racist, which is different from just not being racist, really too much to ask? I know, you fucking prove it. All you're doing is saying that all you've done is tell me that Gina Carano's racist. Why don't you fucking prove to me that she is racist, huh? If you haven't proved to me that she is racist, why should I just take your word for it for you just telling me that she is? Fuck you.
So I don't know if you know about this ongoing joke from the Jack Show, but Cecil, every time he sees like Gina Carano, she gets beat up or brought up, he's like, I could beat her ass.
No, he couldn't.
So we're trying to get a Gina and Cecil and Gina fight.
That would be amazing. I would pay all the money to see it, and I would put all my money on Gina. Actually, I'll put my money on Maya. Better odds, and then I'll break her leg the night before the meet. So.
I wonder how does it feel to be a bootlicking racist? You know, and you can tell it's all the same ones.
I don't know, lady. Look in the fucking mirror. Maybe you'll figure it out.
It never stops. The 38-year-old bootlicker is being bullied.
Calling you out on being a bootlicker isn't trolling, Gina. It's calling you out on being a bootlicker. Yeah, no, but it actually kind of is. So. Oh, ACAB stands for all cops are bad. Well, that's a retarded slogan. It's so fucking... let's just make absolute statements about entire groups of people and write them off based on that. Gee, what does that sound like to me? Oh, right, bigotry. That sounds like fucking bigotry. We have lumped an entire group of people together based on one simple fact, and we are discriminating against them for all being part of the same group. That is the definition of bigotry. No, the definition of bigotry doesn't include things like minorities, protected groups, or, you know, power imbalances. Bigotry is singling out one entire group for arbitrary reasons and hating collectively on every single one of them as a result of your fucking prejudice. So. That's all.
Let's see. You read that one. Let's see. This person's thing is shut down or thumbs down and then shitdin. That's their Twitter handle. Yeah. Gina, trust me. People doesn't care about you that much to open 12 fake accounts. And we did nothing but to educate you about this. None of us said anything offensive. Maybe you and your racist ass shouldn't have ignored us in the beginning and listened what we were saying.
First of all, maybe you should learn to write. Second of
I
all,
know.
it's the fucking idiocy. There are no trolls here. There are no trolls here. There are no trolls here. Why? Because you haven't seen evidence of them because they were already blocked, or because you refuse to look, or because you scroll past every troll account and go, yep, seems legit. Yep, seems legit. You read that fucking, reposted one with all the emojis added 8,000 different times, and you're like, yep, seems legit. Yep, seems legit, because you're a fucking retard. Jesus Christ.
All right, let's see. This is Izzy, and it's at shit Catera. Oh no, I'm Gina Carano and I'm being bullied by teenagers on the internet. That's you. And it shows like her on a baby. So like Blue Lives Matter.
So here's the thing, right? This is the third or fourth account now that has shit in the title, the SHT in the title, or the STH or whatever it is, SH. We have a bunch of like shit ones in it too. I'm like, that people putting shit in their handle or a version of shit in their handle is not like a regular thing that just people do. I don't see a whole lot of people with shit in their handles. That says to me, again, it's either the same people, the same group of people that are all like, So, just
no one is bullying you. You've been shaded by you've shaded the BLM movement. You've black people commenting on your codes. You're not racist and prove me wrong because it looks pretty racist to me. Where does she shade on BLM? Like, and also justify the show?
It's because I guess she hasn't posted about it.
So that's throwing shade on them. I haven't fucking posted about it because I don't support that organization, because from what I've seen of them, they don't support all Black lives. So why would I support them if I believe that all Black lives matter? It just seems inconsistent. It seems if I really believe that Black lives matter, I wouldn't support an organization that's only concerned with protecting Black lives when it fits their agenda. I would be to support an organization that's interested in preserving all Black lives, from Black on Black violence, from natural causes, that disproportionately affect their community, etc. Onwards and upwards, not just only when Black people are shot by white cops. That's that's not that doesn't strike me as being, in favor of Black lives. That's in favor of select Black lives, of martyring people like George Floyd to get more money for their organization that probably pockets more than half of it.
All right, here we go. This is from Jessi at Dior. I can't even say that. Oh, and by the way, there's no trolls. Everyone just hates you. X.
Yeah, so same argument. Turnabout's fair play. Yeah, there were no trolls about The Last Jedi. We all just hated that fucking movie. So you don't get it. And that's the thing. These people want it both ways. Anytime there's a plethora of people hating on one thing that they like, oh, it's all trolls. It's all Russian bot and trolls. Great. And the second y'all do that shit, there are no trolls here. It's just the fucking cognitive dissonance. It's this double think where people basically start with the assumption that they're right. And go and everything else, all the rest of the logic stems from there. Some of the basic assumption that whatever they do and say is right and virtuous, and everything else they twist to fit that narrative. Oh, there are clearly no trolls in my movement because we're right. Oh, there are clearly clearly there are no bots here because we're right. Clearly those are all bots because they're wrong. Clearly it is fine if I say a totally offensive shit to whoever I want to, as long as they demonstrate they don't follow my ideology, because my ideology is right and I'm virtuous, and therefore I have the right to insult, hurt, kick, ruin, murder anyone I want to who doesn't fall in line. And that's the actual logic that they convince themselves is somehow right and virtuous. It's so fucking retarded.
All right. Your turn. This is from Shit Tori.
Hey, YK. I don't know what that's supposed to be. What? No one cares enough about your rassless ass to come here with more than one account. Really, because all the evidence seems to be to the contrary.
Let's see. Isabel Lightwoods Nova at DJ Arnis Jedi. She really thinks we would create 12 fake accounts just for her laughing emoji. But anyways, you call people cowards. But who is the one blocking people for calling you out on your racist bootlicking behavior? And they all use the exact same terminology. I swear, it's like maybe like 6 kids on Discord that all, plot together. bot accounts and just harass this woman with the same terminology.
It's the new button word. Some little cocoon of them is like bootlicker. That's what we're going to call everyone who supports the cops. That's the new racist. And you just go fucking tell everyone, and everyone just parrots it mindlessly because it's not a real thing. There's no actual thought for yourself. Like, if you actually had real criticisms, let's hear some of them other than, you're a racist bootlicker, because that's all I hear. You're a cop apologist and a racist, and you threw shade on BLM, and you're a bootlicker. And that's literally it repeated over and over and fucking over again. There's no, if you have a real gripe with this woman, fucking say it, fucking spell it out, write it down. You don't school. That's the only thing. Again, it goes back to that. I am right. Therefore, I don't have to explain myself. I don't have to make a real point. All I have to do is bully and shame anybody who doesn't believe what I believe. Because I know I'm right. We are operating on the base assumption that everything I do and say is right. And therefore, anything I do and say in that pursuit is justified. No, it's not.
Oh my God. Let's see. This is from Jasmine _ Shazamali. I promise you no one cares enough about you to make 12 other accounts to stalk you. I'm like, really, you don't say. And I mean, we'll pull up the next, this is the last one for this thread of data, or this post of Data Racer. So we'll pull up the next one that shows the 12 fake accounts, or I think there's actually more than 12 fake accounts. So show how much that is not true.
Clearly, we shouldn't trust this bitch because she breaks her promises.
Can you read this? Because I don't think there's any way I can zoom in.
Shut the fuck up, lady. None of the people you blocked were trolls. They were people who actually give a shit about world issues, unlike you. The only trash around here is you, hun. Yeah, because totally condescending to women is a great way to make your point about how not racist and virtuous you are. Whatever.
Lex, Mando's bitch.
Yeah, right, man. I don't want to come near you with a 12 fucking pole.
Oh, God. Let's see. I'm sorry that you're so triggered by teens and adults calling you out for being a cop apologist and a racist. Really?
Yeah, sorry. No one's... First of all, thanks for admitting that you're a fucking teenager. Second of all, nobody is triggered by the bullshit that teenagers say, so get over yourself.
This is Obi Fan Kenobi.
God. Imagine being a grown woman and thinking you're being bullied by a bunch of teenagers on the internet. And again, this minimizing your own bad behavior. Your own fucking bad behavior. Oh, I'm just a teenager, so I have the right to go on the internet and say whatever useless, hateful, asinine shit I want to, because I'm just a teenager. Get the fuck over yourself. Bullying's bullying. Teenagers, kids, children, 10-year-olds have bullied other 10-year-olds into killing themselves. Look at me, the shit that teenagers can't be fucking bullies. Are you kidding?
That sued from that school in Kentucky. Remember the kids at the Trump rally?
Yeah.
They were teenagers, and the whole thing blew up over that.
Exactly. You know, that was the whole thing. Everyone, yelling at these teenagers for bullying this Native American, which is not even what was happening. There was that whole big story that happened. It was a picture of some teenagers wearing MAGA hats facing a Native American. And it turns out it was the teenagers against some other group, and the Native American was actually peacefully getting in between it, and the teenagers were completely respectful to them. Didn't stop them from getting doxxed. People fucking doxed kids, children. Huh?
CNN did.
CNN
got sued and lost
holy shit. Apparently CNN lost a lawsuit because they doxed these children.
Really?
Yeah, because it's totally fine to call out these evil bullies and dox children if they're on the wrong side of you, but that's exactly the point. You can do whatever you want to the people who think the wrong thing, and it is so fucking backwards. We have regressed so much as a society in the way that we think and the way that we interpersonally interact. It's so effing wrong. That's all.
Let's see. Where were we? Oh, that was the last one. All right. So this is another one that says bot accounts harassing Gina Carano will post the same message within 1 minute of each other, matching profiles with hashtag or not hashtag she/her BLMACAB. I don't know what that means. Bios that change the name and layout. Actual proof of someone using bots to bully a female Star Wars actress.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is promise you no one cares enough about you to make 12 other accounts to stalk you. These are the accounts, and we actually read some of this one, the maximum lore.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's Right. Yeah, those are all definitely the same person. Or those are all definitely individual, distinct people who are individually, all just happen to have the exact same name and profile picture. And totally, they're all just twins. They're all just, it's sextuplets who are all named Maxwell and have the same fucking picture. Clearly, that makes so much sense. People are so dumb. People are so effing dumb. I don't, like, the proof is...
Here we go. Same one. So we are Maxwell Lord, and it's like the same one over and over. Oh, and these are at Data Racer, actually, in Data Racer's own chat. We are Maxwell Lord. Yep. And so here's the same one. Now, we obviously don't have to read it, but let's see. So, oh my God, this Allie one is like over and over again, but you can tell it's on different threads because it shows you the @s and like what the replies are. Yeah. And so it basically just took her tweet, about how if you're just screaming at someone, wouldn't you do research, and then they just put in emojis in there.
Bunch of random emojis and fucking...
So you don't think bot accounts, like, come on.
Yeah, totally. Someone just did that. That makes sense. Somebody would totally just do that for no reason. It doesn't make any sense. Does not make any sense.
Oh, there we go. Let me... interesting. I saw a couple people saying that they were having trouble with StreamYards, and I have it open off to the side, just because it's a few minutes, or it's like 10 seconds behind, but it kind of craps out on the stream. That's weird. Let's see. Weird. Okay. So yeah, then these are all, I think this is the same one. So this is the same one that he posted earlier. So and all of these people posting the memes of her. I saw that where they put her like face on a baby and then they put it on something else.
That's stupid.
Yeah. Guy Ferrari was such a perfect card. Dune couldn't have casted anyone better. What is the whole meme with Guy Ferrari? What does that have to do with anything?
I have no idea. I don't know. I don't like Guy Fieri, but I don't know why his face is all over Gina Carano's body all of a sudden. People being assholes, I guess.
Is there people in the chat? Can you let me know, like, what is the joke? Because I'm missing it here.
I don't get it either. I don't know why. Probably just to make her ugly. I don't know.
Well, what is the whole joke with Guy Ferrari?
I have no idea.
Goes to prove they can't even mean exactly. I don't get the joke. Maybe it's something that, like, I don't know, 12-year-olds get, but I don't know.
It probably makes sense to them. I don't know.
All right, whatever. So then these are all just the replies to it. I went and I looked at Gina Carano's actual, like, Twitter, and it was a fucking mess when you actually scroll through and you see what everyone is saying directly to her. It's ridiculous.
It's so funny to me, too, when you read this stuff, because, some of these are actual teenagers, and some of these are grown-ass adults, though, and it's like, I never understand when grown-ass adults always want to, like, they just, like, how... I mean, I get it. Most people are stupid. Most people are this stupid. But it always just blows my mind that it's like, you're that uncreative, Whenever I get into it on Twitter, I get into it with people. One of the joys for me is coming up with the most creative ways to insult people possible. People just want to go for the low-hanging fruit, It's like when everyone sits there and, like, wants to tell me, like, oh, you're a lesbian or some shit like that. It's like, dude, I got that shit in elementary school, Find something new to say. Be creative. These people aren't even creative. It's like, no one's bothered by you. Like, you think you're getting under their skin? You think you're sitting here like, oh, I'm totally... First of all, she's Gina fucking Carano. She doesn't care about you, except for the fact that you're spamming her at on Twitter. She's not sitting here replying to you or sitting here going, I can't believe someone in the internet thinks that I'm racist. She doesn't give a shit. She's laughing her ass off about it. That's like, I don't, like... Up your game, troll. Seriously, like, if you want to hate on people, be better about it. If you want people to care about the shit that you sling at them, come up with something fucking innovative. Because like you said, everything's just like a copy paste of what everyone else is saying.
Exactly. They don't think for themselves at all.
They don't come up with anything creative. They don't come up with anything, inventive. They don't come up with anything poignant either. Like, make a point. Why are you here otherwise? You're just here to hate on shit? Like, I don't understand that, Even in this instance of a public figure, I don't understand this obsessively, like, following people, reading shit that they do, watching shit that they do, just to be hateful about it. It's like, don't you have a life? Are you that sad and pathetic that all you're doing, it's the biggest irony too, is all these people who want to be like,
Go out and do something. Prove that you're not racist. Prove that this and that. Like,
what are you doing all day? You clearly have all this time to make 12 fucking accounts and harass Gina Carano. I'm sure there are more virtuous things you could be doing with it. But no,
owning the racists. Owning the racists is the most virtuous thing
No, it's fucking not. First of all, because you're owning nobody. These people aren't actually racist. Nobody cares what you have to say. And what the hell are you actually doing for your cause in the interim? You're not. You're just being pathetic. You're just wasting yours and everyone else's time. I just don't get
exactly.
it. So.
It's, I'm trying to like think of words. I'm like spamming out because this is like just full of caffeine. So it's like when you're trying to talk, it's like blah, blah, blah. But, but no, it's like, it's a bunch of kids that don't have jobs that, well, obviously right now, since everyone is locked up because of COVID, nobody's going out and doing stuff. So I feel like that's getting people more like the anxiety is rippling and they're about to explode. So with all of this, they're going extra harder on people right now. And so they have time. This is why before the plague entered into our lives and everyone actually went to work and had jobs and stuff, it was very obvious that they were children, and, only children would have time on their hands to make or loser adults that don't have anything else to do with their lives, but, make other people's lives miserable. But yeah. At this point, it's like people that do this, anyone with a shred of common sense can see right through what they're trying to do. But it's like, oh my God. People have been saying, Twitter, it just needs to get nuked. I'm kind of on that right now. It's like, it really does. I think the world would be a better place if Twitter didn't exist.
Yeah, most likely. I use it for my own entertainment, and that's pretty much it. So that's the thing. I never get wrapped up in these things. Like people, I don't know where people find all this time. I post some stuff. I get into a Twitter battle here and there. I've lost maybe a grand total, like maybe 1 or 2 days where I've checked in more than, lost a little more time than I would have wanted to having a Twitter fight with somebody. But it gets old and tiresome because the people just say the same shit over and over again. And
you're 100% right.
Totally right, Macy. Absolutely. And it's the same. It's like, I don't have time for that. I'm a busy person. I'm creating things. I, recorded a cover and shot a music video in the past month. I make, making videos for my channel. I'm working on a channel for my fucking cat. Like, I've got shit going on in my life.
Yeah. Well, we are just past the 2-hour mark. So I've been chugging out of my gallon water bottle. So I have to pee. You want to kind of talk a little bit about your music video, and then I'll come in. We can listen to it, and then I'll read super chats, and then we will call it a day. So I'll be right back.
Sounds great to me. Yeah. So for those who are not familiar with my channel or my work, this is very out of left field for me in terms of what my previous content has been. But it was something I've always loved music. I've always been a musician. Since I started playing instruments when I started playing piano when I was 8. I started writing songs when I'd write these dumb little songs. I like record them. They're all somewhere. One of these days I'll find them and put them on Patreon and stuff. But I always like silly little songs I wrote when I was, as young as like 6 and 7 and stuff. And I just always loved that. And I've written some of my own. I'm working on some of my own right now, but it was having a lot of anxiety this morning, a couple, weeks ago, close to a month ago now, actually. And this one song popped in my head, which weirdly was it's called Angel from Montgomery. It's by John Prine, which he just died earlier this year. And it's sort of a folky country kind of song. Bonnie Raitt did a very popular cover of it, version of it. And I didn't, it was never my favorite. I learned it in mandolin class in college. We would play it and sing it and stuff like that. It was never my favorite song. I always liked it enough, but it was never like my number one favorite one. For some reason, it just popped into my head and it sort of helped me feel a little better. And then I started getting this idea of like covering it and what I'd add to it, because all I knew was just, the chords and the melody on the mandolin, and how would I make this my own? And then sort of getting this idea for this video that was trying to sort of be an outward expression and reflection of some of the crap I was going through myself, and came out with this. And I just put it up earlier this week. It's called Angel from Montgomery. And so I can share it if you guys would like. And Where is it? Here it is. Share audio. There we go. So whenever you want, you can throw it up. And so you have not seen the finished product yet, right? Anna? Are you Anna? I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Okay. Make it. You want to make it full screen?
Sure thing. Yes. And you have not seen the finished product yet, though, right?
Mm-mm.
All right. Cool. All right. Away we go. I'm an old woman, named after my mother. Old man is another child that's grown old. Dreams of thunder, lightning was desire. This old house would have burned down a long time ago. Make me an angel, flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster, old rodeo. Just give me one thing I can hold on to. Believe in this living, it's just a hard way to go. When I was a young girl, I had me a cowboy. Wasn't much to look at, just a free rambling man. That was a long time ago. No matter how I tried, years just flow by like a broken down dam. Make me an angel, flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing I can hold on to. Believe in this living, it's just a hard way to go. There's flies in the kitchen, I hear all the buzzing. I ain't done nothing since I woke up today. What the hell kind of person goes to work in the morning, comes home in the evening, nothing to say? Make me an angel, flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster for an old rodeo. Just give me one thing I can hold on to. Believe in this living, it's just a hard way to go. Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster from an old rodeo. Just give me one thing I can hold on to. Live in this living, it's just a hard way to go. There it is. That's the one. So the link is what's right on my channel. It's like the last thing I posted on my channel. So if you want to check it out without the lagging issues and stuff, but I think it was coming from my end.
Yeah, I muted you once I made it full screen, but it's fine.
But it's
I
also,
liked it.
Thank you. I really enjoyed doing it. I'm going to make more. So
You could put that screen of yours to good use.
Not in that, actually.
No,
Not
I'm
in that
saying
one.
you can in the future.
Oh, I can. Oh, definitely. For future videos, absolutely. Yeah, I fully intend to. I have a wonderful green screen now that was given to me by Mongo's Big Thanks, who is awesome. His channel's up. He's also, I just saw on Twitter, I retweeted it. He's doing a giveaway. He just recently started a channel, just got his first 100 subs. He's doing some sort of Godzilla giveaway. So I retweeted that. So make sure you go check that out and comment on the thread if you want to be if you want to qualify for said giveaway. So
I remember he did this one video where he posted on Twitter where he was talking about how his sister was pregnant and how like he got to feel her baby kick and how like magical that was for him. And now the baby, he posts pictures of the baby sometimes. He's like, it's so cute, little baby.
That's adorable. Yeah, Mongo came on on my channel a couple times now, or just the one time. I think maybe just the one time. We brought him on to talk about his channel, his Godzilla stuff, and all that. Really fun guy, really cool guest. So definitely recommend to any streamers out there, and as well, if you're ever looking for a fun guest, you want to talk Godzilla and that kind of stuff, movies in general. He's definitely a movie guy as well. He's definitely.
What was Jeff doing? Was he filming it for you?
Some of it. So he filmed the handheld part. There were a couple times too where when I set up a stationary shot where I still needed him to like push play on the music or push play at start on the video, based depending on where I was to get it all synced up. So he did help out a lot with those things. He helped me, get anything moved around and stuff that I needed to do. He was incredibly supportive the whole time too. So that was great. But yeah, it's on my channel, so make sure you drop it a like and share it around too. That's one of the things because this is out of my usual niche of what I'm doing. It is, I would love for more people outside of my usual audience to be able to see it as well. People might enjoy it and whatnot. So, so by all means, go ahead and share it around with whoever you'd like. If you like it, if you don't, that's cool. Everyone's entitled to not enjoy it and whatnot, and their opinions, etc. But if you did like it, please share it.
I need to clip that Brie Larson where it's like, what was it? Keep your comments to yourself. It's like, oh, sweet Jesus, woman.
Nope, comment away. I'm not Brie Larson. I don't have thin skin. So comment away. If it's just you wanting to exercise your pathetic anger because you're jealous that somebody else can do something that you can't do, go for it. I won't read it. If you have actual legitimate criticism, great. I might actually take it into account. And of course, anything nice you have to say always feels wonderful to receive. So thank you. That's all. Anyway, yeah. So that's what I have to say about that. Thanks for watching. Appreciate the love in the chat. So thank you guys.
All right, let me pull up these super shots and let me finish this, and then I guess past the 2 hours, so we will end this once I'm done reading super chats. Okay, let's see, where was I? Let's see. Wicked Steel, thank you for the super chat. Excuse me. Good Morning Vietnam. Yeah, did you ever watch that? Well,
I feel like I watched that one. I actually have not seen that one, but I really, really want to. It's on my list. There's been like a few glaring errors in my film education, especially regarding Vietnam, and that's one of them. So I would like to correct that.
No, he's not. I'm getting it mixed up with a different movie. I don't know. Maybe. Let me see. I don't know if I'm getting. I can't remember if Harrison Ford is in it or if that's Apocalypse Now.
I don't think Harrison Ford was in Apocalypse Now. Maybe he was. But maybe he was in that one.
Was he in it?
I don't know.
Let's see.
He might have had a smaller role in that. But yes, let's see. I will look too. Someone in the chat probably knows too.
No, I think he was in Apocalypse Now, wasn't he? I know Robin Williams was in it. Let's see.
But let me see. Harrison Ford filmography. All right, let's go to the 70s and work from there. Oh yeah, he was in Apocalypse Now. Duh.
Okay, there we go. That's the one I'm mixing up.
Yeah, he was. He was in Apocalypse Now, and that I think is the only Vietnam movie he was in that I can see that I know of. Anyway. But yeah, 70s were such an interesting time for filmmaking. I mean, there's so much going on, and there was so much. I mean, there's just as much going on in the world today. But the thing is at the time, I was like, we go back to what we talked about with Lucas and whatnot. There was room for people to take risks, And when these people, when the Coppolas and the Lucases and were embraced into the mainstream, the Scorseses, they weren't muzzled the way they are now. They were actually, you know, because they had developed this clout, they had gained clout on their own, and so the studios were a lot more malleable and willing to let them kind of have their way and do what they wanted to do, give them a little bit more free reign, which now you really only see today when an independent studio that's affiliated with a larger studio is in charge of these kinds of projects. The creativity there's more fear. There's too much fear, and it blocks out the creativity, basically. The fear of failure, the fear of losing money, the fear of trying something different, having it not succeed, the fear of getting canceled, all this stuff is you know, it's permeated our culture. It's permeated our creativity, our movie making, our story writing, etc. And it just forces people. There are people still out there with these incredible ideas, with these innovative concepts and stories they want to tell, and they're forced. I mean, look at Lucas. Lucas very well may be working on some really interesting screenplays that, you know, he's out of the limelight. And hopefully, if he is creating stuff like that, that it's, you know, sees the light of day sometime somewhere. And to me, that's Lucas. He's not really a writer. He's not really a director. He's a creator, you know. Even if the dialogue itself, you know, eludes him, he creates beautiful stories. And that's what we used to love about our filmmakers back in the day, is they created stories that were interesting, that were compelling, that people wanted to see. And we've lost that creative spark. It's like just maybe it's social media, maybe it's
like roboting out on my end.
Oh, I'm speaking out.
I think it's StreamYards though. StreamYards is being really fucking weird.
Yeah, because usually that's the thing, is usually when we're having internet connectivity issues, I see you beep booping with me and vice versa. We haven't had too much of that with each other. I think it's just the server. But anyway, these things happen.
Let's see. Yeah, it's just it froze on my end. I don't know what the hell is going on. But let me finish reading these. Arthur P., thank you for the super chat. SOS DVD may have been cut. SOS. I don't think he's meaning like the actual SOS. What a SOS DVD may have been cut. What does SOS stand for? Aside from like the regular SOS, is that a movie?
I don't know.
I
don't know. Oh well, this is a mystery to us. If anyone knows what that means, let us know. We will.
Aside from the regular terminology of what SOS means, is that a movie that came out?
Is there some? Yeah, I don't know.
I'll read a couple more of these. Let's see. Doyle Hargrave, thank you for super chat. Gina should challenge them to handle this in real life. Oh, I know. I saw a lot of people saying that. It's like you should you know, what you want to say that to Gina Carano's face and see how well that ends up, you know?
Right. She could probably take on 10 of them at once.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously.
Let's see. She could. It's like One Punch Man with her, I feel like. Let's see. Audio is out of sync. Oh, that doesn't surprise me.
That might have been. It might have been on the music video too, because it's not in the actual video. If you watch it, it just is lagging a little bit when we were playing it. So I don't know when that super chat came in, but if it was related to that, that may be why.
Let's see. Macy Van Dusen, thank you for the super chat. Tweeting hatred is a lot easier than getting in someone's face and risk getting slammed to the ground. That's true. They have no problem saying it behind a keyboard, but all of these people would never say it to their face, you know?
That is one of my policies, is I will never post anything online that I will not say to someone's face.
Oh, probably meant Rise of Skywalker. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. It was probably just a typo. Happens all the time. It's okay. Let's see. George P. Gatsis, thank you for the super chat. This is a minute story. Can we talk about something serious, like the upcoming Star Wars Disney going to announce the Dash Rendar series? I don't know if they will or not, because I don't know if you know who that character is, Jessi.
Oh, yeah, God, I used to play Shadows of the Empire on N64 all the time. That was one of my favorite video games. I love Dash Rendar. Dash Rendar is one of my favorite Star Wars characters, period. And I haven't read his books, the books about him, but I played that game extensively. And based on that alone, he is one of my favorite Star Wars characters, and the Outrider is one of my favorite ships.
So honestly, at this point, any character that is good that that they could potentially make a very interesting movie or TV show on, it's in Disney's hands. They're gonna fuck it up.
Yeah, I mean, so far,
I don't guess, like, everyone's like, oh, if they just did Revan or Couture, I'm like, stay the fuck away from them.
So people are really just talking about Dash Rendar. So that's apparently Timothy Olyphant joined the Mandalorian season 2 cast, and some back in May, and some people were saying that he looks like he looks like a Dash Rendar, so maybe he'll play Dash Rendar. Apparently, it's back in December, Zachary Levi said something about wanting to play Dash Rendar, and comicbook.com has just in April said that the Clone Wars, I guess something in the Clone Wars just basically opened the door to bring Dash Rendar in. So it's all very speculative. It's the kind of thing too where it's like, I mean, we've seen the rumor of the Lando series. It's not announced. It's not going to be announced. We see all these, there's no reason. There's no production happening right now. There's no wide scale production happening. They can go back to production with certain certain restrictions. So even if they are able to shoot certain scenes, they're not able to shoot every part of a project, an action-based project. So I'm also seeing the chat, just heads up. Some people are saying, like, if you try to skip ahead, or if you refresh your browser, if you're having lagging issues, people are saying refreshing has fixed it. So if you are still having issues, throw a refresh. But yeah, it's just
it froze on mine too. It's fucked.
It's like this.
I saw somebody before we started the stream that was commenting in the chat, and they said that StreamYards has been fucking up all day. And that was the same thing that happened over when it showed up on my main page, and it shows all the people that you're subscribed to, and it have like a little red dot with like space bars around it that says like, oh, they're live. And it told me Mahler was live, but then I went on his channel. I'm like, is there another fucking EFAB on Wednesday that I'm missing? And it wasn't there, and it didn't show anywhere on his channel that he was live, so I don't even know if he is or not. But I don't know what's going on with that. It's just probably a bad day for streaming, but that's okay, because this is going to be re-uploaded onto my secondary channel, that's Star Wars Girl Live, so that way if anyone misses it, they can always watch the replay, so it's fine. This is when Jessi and I have blocked out during the week when we can do this. Let's see, YouTube's been sucky today. Yeah,
it's whatever's. Apparently,
well, I remember somebody was saying that, it would be super cool if they did like a Kyle Katarn show. And I was like, yeah, I know a lot of people that would fucking love to see that. But guess what? Disney has a way of getting a hold of, characters that we love, like Luke Skywalker, like Princess Leia, like Han Solo, and fucking them up. So I'm like, stay the fuck, like resurrecting characters that died. Stay the fuck away from these good characters.
Until such a time that Disney has sold Lucasfilms back to Lucas, and he, in his retirement has appointed good creatives to run the thing and make more Star Wars. Stay the fuck away from any of my favorite characters, because it's just not. It's not good. It's not going to be good.
It's just something that. Oh no, I got. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Apparently, something got copyrighted on this stream.
Oh, was it from my video? I hope
no,
not.
It was probably from the clip that I showed of the BLM fight.
Because if I get anything, because it should, it's supposed to let me know if there's anything.
My back end is actually not loading on YouTube Studio.
Mm-hmm.
I just got the email, and it's like doing the spinny gray thing of death, because I clicked on the link to see if it could open up in YouTube Studio, and it's not opening up in another tab. And the stream is frozen. Yay! Oh my goodness, okay, well, the chat's still appearing on StreamYards. I don't know what the hell's going on, but yay, gotta deal with that. So I can't read if there was any more super chats. I can't see any of them, so I apologize. And next live stream, I will read them as soon as I get all of this back up and fixed. Jessi, is there anything you want to say or plug or shill before we end the stream?
Everyone go follow @shitpancake on Twitter. That's my kitty who's been sleeping down here next to me this whole time, because he's going to be a little star real soon. He's going to be a star. So make sure you follow Shitpancake. That's all.
It's not frozen for them. Yay. Okay. So you guys are fine. It's just my end that it's probably because I got flagged. Yay. Fun stuff. Yeah, so go follow Pancake. Go check out Jessi's YouTube video. Also, I just got this in yesterday because I dropped it off to get framed. Look at this, guys. And the video is going to be out soon of me painting Qui-Gon. So, yeah. Got it framed. Once I'm done filming the before and after video, well, obviously the before part, I'm just saying I'm going to be painting this, and the after is like, this is the painting. So the art video of me painting Qui-Gon will be up soon. There are prints of this available on my Etsy, and my Teespring is up, and so I have this on like a t-shirt and like sweatshirts and stuff.
I saw it under your video, so you got that synced with your YouTube right there. It looks fantastic. I'm gonna have to buy one of these shirts because it looks amazing. So
thank you. You were there when I was like making the shirt.
It was fun. That was fun watching you do that.
So there's different ways you can frame oil paintings. This is one where it doesn't have glass, so it's open, so you can see the canvas. This is actually, more. The glass kind of like hinders, I feel like, the experience. And when you go to museums, like unless there's something going on with it, like decomposing, you won't see it behind glass. You just see it up. So that's how this is framed. It's a thicker canvas, so it's one of these. So it's framed. Originally, I think Ryan was saying that Ryan is going to be the lucky owner of this, that he wanted something possibly silver. But when I was at the store looking at frames, this one, like the lady put it up against it, and I was like, that works. That's perfect. I love it, because I love the way like this and like the light and everything. So I hope that you like it. And once I film the video, I'm going to package this as safely as possible. Both of the cats were absolutely fascinated by this, and they wanted to play with it. And I was like, stay away. It's like, stay away.
Shivas.
So this, the art video on this will be up soon. I'm really excited, and yeah.
Hooray.
What do you guys think? Do you guys like it? This is me shamelessly plugging. That's awesome. Okay, good.
I love it. I think it's incredible. So you already know I think it's great.
And I was almost done with HK, and then my elbow touched it. Or not my elbow. I can't even get this paint off. That's the problem with oil paints. It's almost done. I have to fix this. I have to hide my signature in here because I have a really bad habit of forgetting to sign it, because it's such a bitch to sign something when you're painting. So I need to obviously paint this, and then this, and then this, and then it'll be done.
It looks so cool.
You don't know who those characters, do you?
No, you've explained it to me, though. Yes, it looks fantastic. It looks awesome.
All right. So again, if I missed your super chats, I am sorry. YouTube is on my end. It's like a frozen spinny thing of death because I got copyright claimed for that little clip of the politicalness stuff, which is usually why I don't show that kind of shit. But it is what it is. So thank you so much, everyone, for watching, for tuning in. And this is going to be re-uploaded onto my secondary channel, that's Star Wars Girl Live. And next week, we will be over on Jessi's channel for episode 14 of the Matriarchy. Jessi, any final words?
That's all, folks.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, world.
I'll tell you where I thought I came in the forest, when the lightsaber goes like this and flies off. I said, oh, what a great entrance. Ah! Ray caught it? She hasn't even been to Dagobah for training.